Show. XM202.
Of the morning, while the city sleeps, an uncommon band of heroes unites to fight the forces of evil.
The Opie and Anthony Show.
Oh, my sweet Jesus.
With Op.
I want to be known as notorious.
No.
Ack.
Everyone is always in my way.
Oh, you really are deluded.
And B-Cup.
Kind of fat-breasted and awful.
And surrounded by dullards.
Ben looks like poorly spliced film.
Oh, it's hilarious.
Whenever Steve yawns, it looks like the back of the Batmobile when it accelerates.
Pocketosis.
Eric, you're not going to cry.
Shut up.
And armed with superhuman powers.
He pulls his pants down and just starts leaking into someone's garbage can. That's rule one.
How about if he gives you the old chin tap with his helmet?
That's all right with me.
They are living among us. Average citizens, average heroes, quietly and anonymously continuing to make the world a better place.
Controversial talkers Opie and Anthony.
We are just dicks.
You better just sit back and watch.
Yeah. Wait, what?
The Opie and Anthony Show.
Oh. But enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
Okay, terrific.
Hey, I should have stayed home and played with myself.
How'd you like to mow my lawn, huh? I love the smell of napalm in the morning.
You're stupid!
Don't just stare at it, eat it.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
And welcome to the Opie and Anthony program, broadcasting live from the XM satellite compound in Washington, D.C.
We're in Washington.
For the second day, yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
There we go. Everyone checking their levels. Turning my mic up a little bit. Or my headphones up a little bit. There we go.
Can you tell we're a little tired?
Oh, meetings. Meetings.
I'm starting to think we're not a good road team.
We're an awful road team.
We're a much better home team.
We're a good road team doing afternoons. I'm going to be very surprised to see how we are in New Orleans, because we're going to be broadcasting 3 to 6 Eastern, 3 to 6 p.m. Eastern. So that's a little odd. I mean, we're going to actually be able to hang out after the show and do a little caddying.
I think you messed it up, though.
Why?
I think it's actually 2 to 5 Eastern.
I've heard...
Or is it 3 to 6?
3 to 6 Eastern.
How does that thing work with New Orleans? They're an hour behind us?
That thing.
Oh, so it'll be 2 to 5 out there? What?
Right.
Oh, okay, you're right. I'm sorry.
2 to 5 there, 3 to 6 Eastern.
I'm sorry, Anthony.
That's all right. But now, with us doing, mornings, we can't do anything afterwards. You know, we had our meetings yesterday, and then our dinner with Elo and Strelo. I remember the first time Elo called Kevin Straley Strelo. Kevin looked at him and said, "That isn't going to stick, is it?" Like, I don't think he's as into the whole O thing as Eric Logan is with the Elo.
Well, we were meeting people all day long yesterday after the program, and everyone has an O at the end of their name.
Everyone now has an O. That's the whole XM thing to do.
Hugo, who's the CEO of the company, and then we met Dano. Strelo.
Eric just puts an O behind everybody's name.
Yeah,
and makes him an O. And he talks about himself in the third person, which he did on the air yesterday, and someone on Instant Feedback was like, God, let me see if I could find it. Just said, did Eric Logan, Elo, just refer to himself in the third person? What a tool.
Well, it's funny you say that, because we went to a really nice steak restaurant last night, and he had his billboard monitor.
Oh, very proud, yes.
He's got a feature in there about himself.
Yeah.
And on the cover it says something like, getting to know Elo.
XM's Elo.
And then he looks at Anthony and I and goes, see what you started? And I'm thinking to myself, you started the...
We didn't start it.
You started this. You gave yourself your own nickname. We didn't start calling you Elo.
He's the self-proclaimed Elo.
Right.
We didn't dub him Elo. It's like the king of pop. You know? Michael Jackson made that up himself. It's the same thing with Elo. No one called him Elo. Elo called him Elo.
He gave himself his own nickname.
I know. Who does that?
A lot of people have given themselves their own nicknames over the years, you know?
Well, of course.
Yeah, but I think it's kind of corny, man. I mean, if people didn't want to call me Big Dick Norton, I would accept it, but that's just what's kind of stuck.
You can't get that going.
So where do we begin? I guess we begin with...
our meetings.
The meetings we had down here in Washington. After the show yesterday, we went into a tech meeting. Ooh, holy ass.
Wow, that was something. You sit in a conference room with all the tech people, and we were trying to hammer out the problems with our levels in New York.
Yeah.
When we were on the air in New York, our volume, as we're speaking, is a little lower, and then music comes in and it's louder, and people have been complaining about that.
Well, we did it to ourselves, you know, because we went on like a 15-minute rant about... how much the audio levels stink, and this stinks, and this stinks. And it felt good.
Yeah.
It really did feel good to rant and rave and scream and yell for 15 minutes. But here's the other side of it.
Yeah.
Now you have to sit down in a room with a bunch of tech geeks that just make you feel like you're the stupidest person in the world.
We were sitting at this table, and they're babbling stuff out that I had no clue. What they're talking about equipment and levels and dB ranges and mix minus and there was stuff that they were talking about that I thought they were just joking. They were kidding us.
They might have been.
They were playing a joke.
They
on
could have
us.
very easily been just messing with us, Anthony.
Yeah.
Very easily.
Blurting out stuff from a technical manual.
Right.
And we sat there like looking like, you know, you kind of get your eyebrow like you're thinking, like, yeah, I agree with that. Mix minus, yes.
It was funny because I'm like, all I could tell you is when we broadcast from New York, there's these 2 meters, program and audition, and they're not the same level.
Yeah, but then after they talk all that tech stuff, then they turn to you and go, no, that's what we were just talking about.
Yeah.
You'd say something, you'd go like, well, see, what our concern is, because they blah, 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 mix minus, blah, 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 on the board, we take this, and then you'd go, yeah, well, our mics seem to be lower than the rest of the stuff that's played. Hello, were you listening? We just addressed that whole thing.
In some foreign language that you'll never understand.
Some wacky tech language that I had no clue what it was.
But we just sound so stupid. It's like they're not the same level. And then, well, obviously, it's the mix minus has to be blah, blah, blah.
I had no
and then
idea.
the extensions. What extension are you using, Bob? Well, we're using the extension 2005 BTX, whatever, you know. And oh, well, that's the problem, obviously.
Oh, we'll get the 2800s up here, and that'll... What? I don't think you need to go that high.
Right.
You know, you're trying to get involved. It just didn't work. We were just stupid sitting there, adding nothing to the conversation.
Well, we came to an understanding yesterday. They realized that we're just really stupid, and we realized that they know what they're talking about.
Yep. That's pretty much it.
No, we got along with them guys.
But Steve decided he was going to jump in the conversation and restart an ongoing war here at XM that is probably the biggest battle that has ever taken place anywhere. Yes. Steve gets on and decides to say, what did you ask them, Steve?
I asked what a lot of production and audio guys ask, and that's how come we can't use Mac computers when I do.
Oh!
Yeah,
They start looking around at each other like, uh-oh, we had a truce for 10 minutes, but now we're going to have to start killing each other.
Yeah.
In here. They had a truce, and you brought up, you know, something that upset them.
Audio guys like using Macs.
There's the Mac camp and the PC camp here at XM. And, of course, compatibility is a problem.
Right.
The Mac people want the entire complex, everyone at XM, to switch to Mac. PC, vice versa. They want everyone PC. But PCs don't handle the audio as well and the editing and stuff as well as PC does. It's just a fact of life. I know PC people will now start emailing and go, no, there's a program, there's this, that. It's just the way it is, people. Sorry. The hippies that work the Macs, they love the arts, and they have gotten it to the point where that is best for audio and video editing.
Exactly.
For your basic business needs in the office place, PCs are better equipped to do that.
Yeah.
And these guys looked at each other like, oh, well, Steve, now that you've brought it up, we've been discussing this now. And one guy gets up and flips over the blackboard.
A huge blackboard.
Huge blackboard. And it looked like some of the scribblings from A Beautiful Mind. It was just this whole thing, the pros and cons of Mac and PC. We've been discussing this, Steve.
Yeah, the only thing we recognized at the top was PC versus Mac. That was it. The rest was, some crazy Mac formula.
Yeah, had I known it was going to erupt that much of a discussion, I really would have kept my mouth shut.
Oh, you idiot.
Yeah.
How dare you?
Yeah, I mean, it's a sensitive issue because, audio guys that are using Pro Tools, that want to do these pieces of production, they always use Macs. And when they're forced to use PC, they always bitch and piss and moan, and I'm really no different.
Well, there's a problem with getting it to be compatible with each other.
Yeah, it's just, and people don't want to support the Macs, so they try to keep it uniform. It's the old VHS Betamax, argument. One was actually better, but they flooded the market with VHSs and sold them cheap, and now everybody uses.
I don't think that'll ever happen. I think there'll be Macs and there'll be PCs, and
Yeah.
It was only true geeks really get into the whole battleground.
It was just funny because it made our meeting a lot longer than it needed to.
Oh, I know.
To be. So thanks for that, Steve.
You got into that. Anything that made the meeting longer, and then like 5 minutes before the meeting ends, Who comes trotting in? Our own Jimmy Norton. He missed the whole meeting, that lucky bastard.
Can I say that I still don't know what went on in that meeting, but I walked in, and you idiots looked like Guantanamo Bay detainees, just kind of sitting there looking straight ahead. No one looked like they knew what was going on.
Anthony and I were just trying to make believe we were really smart. And
I'd have been happier if Justin Volpe came in with a plunger. It was awful.
It was bad. It was bad.
Oh, is that why PC was on the board? I thought they were calling you Pretty Cozy.
Yeah, Steve's in his flameware today, man.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
Did he get some nice production done after the show yesterday, Steve?
I did. I got some great production done up until a point.
Why? What happened?
Nothing.
What happened? There's plenty of production studios here. You probably just right in there and use one.
You had no problem bitching and complaining before we got on the air. What happened, Steve?
Headbutting going on?
No, there's no headbutting.
Head butting up against someone else's?
Yeah, exactly. It's my blonde head butting up against someone's bald head. Yeah, maybe.
What happened, fella?
In addition to being, passionate about the computers they use, production guys tend to be very territorial.
So
they don't like
taking
other guys.
leaks all over your stuff?
Exactly. Yeah, I was
I
marking my turf, peeing all over this guy's studio, and apparently I had time blocked for use of the studio to do production and voice tracking, and apparently I had treaded onto this individual's time.
Oh, boy.
So
How many production studios are here at XM, would you say?
There's a lot of them. I was in number 6, and for a place to have 6 fully outfitted production studios, that's a lot, but I'm sure there's more.
Why was there a problem with...
Apparently I was in his.
Oh, okay.
So I was doing some production. I was honestly just about done. Maybe I had another...
You know, I got to say, though, you probably would be the same way if someone was trying to use your studio back in New York,
honestly,
right?
dude, I've been in that position before, and you don't address it the way this guy did.
But there's only one studio in New York.
Yeah, exactly.
Not like,
You have to be polite about it. You're like, no, that's okay. Take your time, because you don't want the reverse to ever happen to you.
Right.
You don't want to be in a position where you're using someone else's equipment and you get the death stare and the really nasty look. So
what happened? Boy. You were doing production?
Doing production. I'm about maybe 30 minutes out from being completely done, and this guy walks in, and with this nasty look, like, who the fuck is this guy? And the girl I'm cutting voice tracks with, this is Steve from the Opie and Anthony show, and I get this, I don't give a shit who you are.
Are you kidding?
No, that was verbatim.
Verbatim?
Yeah.
I don't give a shit who you are?
Ooh. And I was like, all right. Meanwhile, this guy's a third my size. I could very easily throw him.
What's his name, Steve?
Taz.
What?
Taz. T-A-Z.
Taz.
Yeah, he's crazy.
Ooh.
There you go.
There's a lot of Tazes, though, in this world.
Yes.
Yeah, Taz seems to be a pretty popular name.
Yeah,
in the
good
radio
for him.
biz.
Good for him.
So did you guys solve your little problem?
Yeah, he left and I finished. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it was just, he was probably just didn't like the fact that there was another production guy in his room doing work.
Did he just spin in a circle down the hallway and kick up dust behind him with his wacky name?
Exactly, but I saw him later on, and I was trying to acknowledge him and say, look, I didn't
Why?
mean to, but he was just trying to be polite.
For what? You're just sitting there doing your job and he comes in and curses at you?
Yeah, now I'm not going to. Not because he was just, cold, dead stare ass wipe.
What happened when you tried to be polite?
Just stared at his monitor, kept working.
Ugh.
And what capacity what does this guy do? I mean,
he's a production guy.
He's a production guy.
I think he works for the rock channels. Actually, he's somebody who I probably should be friends with, but
why?
Not happening anymore. Because he could provide a lot of the music that I would need to do.
No, he wouldn't. Get off Napster. He needs him.
Napster.
Who needs him?
Where are you from, man?
What year are you in, Jimmy?
I hate to tell the boys, but Napster is now reopened and better than before, and you pay $1. I don't like to steal from the artist, so I pay $1 and I get my songs.
Right, but that's like any service. You go to iTunes,
right.
you get the same thing. It's
I
not
don't
like the old
iTunes.
days where you could just,
Yeah, Napster, I know they're back, but it's still considered old school at this point. Jesus.
I know.
Napster.
All right, well then let the housewife go in there and get beaten up by Taz again. I'm just trying to save him some...
housewife.
Hey, all right, fine, Vicky LaMotta, if you want to go in there.
So, Steve, you got a lot of audio for the show today?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Oh, for the show today?
Yeah.
No, once I get back to New York, I'll be able to...
Yeah, of course.
I have the New Orleans promo running.
Oh, there you go.
That's what I had to do.
Yeah.
All right.
People say I sound like I'm in a fishbowl, and I don't seem to be up as high as everybody.
All right.
That's what they're saying.
Here, go ahead.
Yeah, how's that? That's better.
There you go.
There we go. Now I can hear myself. That's good. Thank you.
I'm a battered housewife.
Well, I'm just saying, 'cause if you want to go back and be nice to the person that was a jerk to you. When you were in the right.
That was the initial response. It's politeness. Now there's no friendliness. I don't give a shit who he is.
Because Steve's a nice guy. I like that. You just hit him with the same thing he hit you with.
Yeah.
I like that. Me neither.
Me too.
Whatever.
I can't picture you being rude to someone walking into your production studio.
I'm 3 times the guy's size. What purpose does it serve for me to immediately go and punch the guy through a wall?
Yeah, I can't punch him.
So are you feeling a jealousy or something?
None.
No, he's
Are some people pissed off that we have some great equipment up in New York?
I think there's...
Oh, yeah, there was a little memo that went around, and one of the paragraphs was a little picky about some of our equipment up there in New York.
There seems to be this unspoken resentment towards this group of
Like,
people.
I'm thinking there's some people down here that put in requests for equipment, and they probably get nickel and dimed by upper management, and then they look and see some of the things we asked for and received up in New York, like our very expensive gaming computers, and it upsets them.
That if these people that are upset are listening right now, Anthony uses a total of maybe 5 minutes a day.
Yeah, there you go. Yes, eat that. So suck on that. That I go there, and I'll boot up a game that could probably be played on a Trio, and I'm using a top-of-the-line Alienware computer.
For a total of 5 minutes a day,
Yeah.
if that.
To play Scrabble.
I play Solitaire on it. Yeah, there you go. So suck on that one.
Breakout, I think you were playing the other day.
I was playing a little Breakout, sure. Why not?
Little Pong.
Yeah.
But, man, does it look great on that machine.
I actually got a version of Snake that I usually play on my phone.
Yeah?
I got it for the computer. Yeah, the graphics are amazing.
Oh, that's funny, man.
It's a very enviable system.
Oh, it certainly is. I enjoy it.
I don't like the fact that Taz was rude to Steve. That's uncalled for.
I don't like that either. I'd like to put it in an analogy maybe people can understand. Let's say a big grizzly bear wandered into another bear's territory. There would probably be some kind of a fight, a lot of clawing, and making peace would be hard. I guess one bear would have to go to the river and catch a trout that's jumping out and bring it back to that other bear or something. Or he could just rip his throat out with his big claws and flaming shirt.
Oh, my God.
See, there's always drama when we hit the road.
Yeah, but it's unprovoked.
I know. We're actually, believe it or not, kind of nice people when we're outside of this studio, walking around the halls. We're not banging into people with our shoulders. Watch it, asshole. We just...
Very down to earth when we're not doing a radio show. Yeah, sure.
Some people have a chip on their shoulder right off the bat. They walk in, say hi. And it's not like, this is Steve from the Opie and Anthony Show, don't bother him or use the equipment. It's like, hey, meet Steve from the Opie and Anthony Show. And the guy looks and goes, I don't give a shit who you are.
Yeah.
That's great. You're going to go far in life, jerk off.
Yeah. What's he look like?
You, shorter, beard.
Ugh.
Yeah.
He goes,
That's awful. That just got worse and worse. Me, bad. Shorter, worse. Beard, horrendous. 0 for 3, stupid.
All right, we're just warming up. Why don't we take a break here, Anthony?
Oh, we didn't even get into our dinner.
I want to get rid of the dinner is what I want.
Oh, that's the problem.
Oh.
I'm up to 2 days without dumping again.
You got to fix yourself. Just fix yourself.
It's a freaking nightmare.
You're not eating properly. You think you are, but you're not. You think you are, but you're not.
I eat perfectly fine.
I don't think you do.
I
think you think about it a little too much.
I used to be very regular.
What happened?
I don't know what happened.
Yeah, you got to eat like Jim.
Yeah. Well,
Jim has no problem dumping.
I really don't. And healthy ones. No, I'm not a mess. Nice.
Yeah, because your pipes are all lubed up with that grease that you eat.
They certainly are.
It was classic. We went to the lunch area here at the compound yesterday after the show, and Jim decided he needed 2 lunches. And then he goes, oh, I didn't know. I just want a little sandwich on the side, but they gave him all the fixings.
There is a lunch line like a school cafeteria, and there's these metal trays full of food. Jimmy got everything. He goes, yeah, put a little of that, a little of this, a little the chicken, some cheese, broccoli, and turkey thing, rice, big piles of food. And then there's like another option you can... Everything in a metal tray is an option for lunch. You don't get them all. You get one of the things for lunch. But Jimmy gets them all.
But that's the problem when you're in that situation. Everything looks so good. You just start piling it on your tray.
Gotta get it all.
And when you know Strelow's paying for lunch for everyone, then it makes it a little easier.
Well, Kevin and his really, really wafer-thin, actually very nice body offered to buy us lunch. So I'm like, I'll have a little bit of this, a little bit of that, but they make you kick a whole lunch. I didn't realize it would be a whole meal. I wouldn't have gotten that.
Because then he gets to the end of the metal trays, and they were making sandwiches, some kind of barbecued
pork
sandwiches on a hamburger roll. And he goes, yeah, and give me one of those sandwiches, too. So they load up the sandwich. Jimmy's the only one walking back to our table because everyone else was in front of him. We're all sitting at the table, and Jimmy comes back, and he comes walking over with his tray, his little lunch tray, with 2 plates on it just full of food.
What a fatso I felt like.
two beverages. Like, Jimmy, that's 2 lunches.
That really was awful. Dinner was nice, though.
Yeah, dinner was fun. We'll talk about dinner after the break.
Do you feel better today?
No,
Not
man.
you.
It doesn't work if there's no one else behind me.
I just always wanted to do that.
Yeah, but it just doesn't work.
You
didn't use it the right way. Who else would you be talking to if you're staring right at me?
Have more coffee?
The,
Not you. No?
There you go.
All right.
Oh, yeah, we got to get thank you, Barry. Barry the Trucker's on line 1. He's saying, hey, are you guys going to get to Ant's movie review? Yes, we'll do that as well.
Oh, right.
But going into break, we should do something a little different today. What happened on Letterman last night? I'm hearing that he had a really cool tribute. What was that?
What?
Oh, I thought that was you opening something, I think.
Oh,
it sounded like my mic just went.
Oh.
That was the weirdest thing. He did some kind of Johnny Carson tribute last night?
Yeah, I guess it's his first day back since Johnny Carson died, David Letterman. And Jay Leno did his thing the day after Johnny died. And it came off like he was reading something. It was really bad, very insincere.
Yeah, it looked like he was just reading the teleprompter.
Yeah, teleprompter.
Propter.
The teleprompter.
There you go.
The telepropeller. They like to call it.
There's the first one for me today. I'm gonna keep track today. One down for me.
So it sounded very insincere.
Yeah.
And David Letterman gets up last night and said some nice things about Johnny, and he did his monologue.
Right.
Then he sat down and told everybody that the monologue he just did was jokes that had been sent to him by Johnny Carson over the time. I guess that's why some of the jokes were pretty dated stuff. But Letterman just went out there, did the monologue.
So the whole monologue was Johnny Carson jokes.
It was all Johnny jokes.
That's pretty cool, man.
Johnny jokes.
Well, we got Letterman's monologue. You want to hear a little bit of it as we go to break?
Yeah.
What?
I didn't say a word, dude. I'm just sitting here listening to you.
What?
What?
Not you.
I don't give a shit who wrote those jokes.
Here's Letterman from last night.
Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Late Show. How about this for bad news here in New York City? The basic cab fare, so you're from out of town, you want to take a cab someplace. The basic cab fare has gone up from $2 to $2.50. $2 to $2.50. Or as any cab driver in New York City can tell you, that's a 22 rupee increase. Well, here was a sad story. I hated to hear about this. Paris Hilton, you know Paris Hilton? Paris Hilton has a dog named Tinkerbell. And Tinkerbell was missing for a while. Don't worry, they found Tinkerbell. They found the dog. Tinkerbell was with the Taco Bell Chihuahua making a sex video. So it has a happy ending. How many people are on a low-carb diet? And do you find that it's working? Is it effective, the low-carb diet? It's everything is low-carb now. They have the low-carb beer. They have low-carb pizza, low-carb ice cream. And earlier today, I was reading in the Times something that makes no sense to me. You can now actually buy low-carb condoms. Were you aware of that? Makes no sense. This was interesting and kind of a strange. John Kerry, you know John Kerry, came. You heard he didn't win. Well, he was criticized for throwing away his military service medals back in the 70s. So, not to be outdone, today President Bush threw away his National Guard spotty attendance ribbon. Heaved it. But, you know, President Bush was overseas. He was in Rome. He was visiting the Pope. Did you see those photos? Oh, my God, the poor guy, he looked old. He looked just confused, like he didn't know where he was. And then the Pope told Bush to relax and enjoy himself. And then after that, everything was fine after that. And then on his way back, President Bush stopped in Canada where he received a cool reception. But on the bright side, he was able to go to a Canadian drugstore and fill his prescriptions. So that was something good for him. I saw this in the paper over the weekend. The Red Cross went into Iraq to interview, what's his name, Saddam Hussein, you know? Yeah. And he's apparently out of it. He kept asking, when is Sean Penn coming back? That's a bad sign. But this is kind of exciting. These guys have built this rocket ship, and they're sending people into outer space. It's unbelievable. They went up and they set new records, new altitude records for civilian spacecraft, 50 miles into space. 50, and from that height, you know this probably, there are two man-made things that are visible from 50 miles up. One, of course, is the Great Wall of China, and the other, Donald Trump's hair. That's right. Two things.
Live from Washington, D.C.
On this day, prescribed by law and marked by ceremony, we are led to one conclusion.
This place
just blows.
You're being harsh.
The Opie and Anthony Show.
Because that's how we fix it with tape. Because if your glasses break, you put a piece of tape. The tail light breaks on the car, piece of tape. One night I didn't have a condom. Don't go home and try that shit either, all right?
You know, people should laugh if that's good for you. The problem is you can't go out and see a comedian every night of the week. You people have got to learn to amuse yourselves. And I'm going to give you a couple of tips. Like, for instance, the next time you're the lead car in a funeral procession, make a wrong turn. Oh, what the heck? Lead everybody through a car wash. Hot wax for the bereaved. My favorite thing, you can do this anytime. The next time you're in the supermarket, put things in other people's buggy when they're not looking. And then get behind them in the checkout line. I swear, you'll see them. They'll be just like this, like. I don't remember getting that. Then they'll pay for it. Or if you should ever have to fill out another job application where it says nearest relative, put 12 miles.
XM 202.
The Opie and Anthony Show.
And we're back with the Opie and Anthony program, broadcasting live from Washington, D.C. at the XM Satellite Radio compound. And U2, the whole tour sold out, Anthony. Sold out in what, like 2 minutes or something like that, Ben?
It was like 60 seconds in New York.
60 seconds in New York for the New York show?
How does anyone go to a show these days? How the hell do you go to a show?
To be honest, I mean, the thing was they had like 4 New York dates done, but one of the Edge's kids is sick, so they had to cancel all these dates. And then it turns out when they had to move, like the Garden was booked up, and so they could only get the 1 date in New York. They had the 2 dates in Jersey.
Jeez.
The demand. I mean, think about Madison Square Garden. Think about the people in New York. It's the biggest band. You get guys like Trump calling up for, I need my 6 tickets, and so before the tickets even go on sale.
Yeah, they're
Come
gone.
on.
It's just not fair to the average fan anymore.
Well, I mean, when they have more shows, it's a lot easier, you know.
We know people, we know cops and stuff that can get to the front of the line, things like that. And one of our cop buddies was second online. Is that what I'm hearing?
Second online.
Because there was probably another cop that was a higher-ranking officer in front of him.
Second online, what? Right outside the Garden?
No, he was in one of the boroughs.
Oh, at one of the Ticketmasters.
Yeah, Ticketmaster.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So you're second online at the Ticketmaster, second online, and he gets up to the booth after one person in front of him, and what is he told?
Sold out.
Sold out.
Sold out. Second online, and you get squat.
Well, the guy in front of him only got like 2 tickets too.
Really?
Well,
there's a scam going on, obviously.
What the hell is that? So if there's a show and you go to Ticketmaster and there's somebody standing on line, don't bother getting behind them. Just one person. I remember it used to be, lines and people camping out.
Yeah. And
it just went down the block forever. And now, well, one guy. I'll have 16,000 tickets, please. What? But I'm second. What did you do?
That's crazy. Absolutely crazy.
I don't want to see a show anymore.
I've waited overnight a couple times for tickets when I was a teenager for Ozzy's tickets, man.
I'm sure. I was going to say, let me guess the band.
One time my mother gave me her credit card to go to Madison Square Garden. Ozzy was doing the Garden. I waited out all night in New York City. I was a dumbbell from Central Jersey, and she gave me an expired credit card.
Oh, and you waited all night.
Dude.
You got up there. You're all happy.
Front of the line, in the first 10.
Give me how many tickets?
I think just 2 or 3.
Give me 2 tickets, please.
2 tickets to my hero, if you would.
And you could pay for it with this.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, ooh, there's a problem with your card, sir. Oh. What did you do?
First of all, my name isn't Gail Norton, so that was kind of a problem. I didn't have a license. That was my mom let me. What a nerd.
That's
my
awful.
mommy gave me her credit card.
So my first time seeing Ozzy, I went to the concert with my buddies Elias and his brother Tony. We were in the Garden, and this is when Motley Crue opened up for him in like '84 on the Shout at the Devil tour. They were great. And they were just this really new, hot band.
Yeah.
So they opened for Ozzy. We're walking around in the Garden, like on the way out to the train, I see some guys with long hair, and I think it's Motley Crue. I swear, I was such a
ass
fag.
Would you run up to take pictures with him?
I didn't have a camera back then. I was just a young boy. And I got my friends, I'm like, dude, that's Motley Crue. And they're like, really? And we run, and it's just 2 weirdos with long hair. And they're like, dude, like, what a tool.
Oh, what an ass. What a good, memorable ass moment. You still get embarrassed to this day when you think about it?
It just went to prove what a non-heavy metal little fag I really was. Didn't smoke, didn't drink yet.
Motley Crue.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Dad picked me up at the train station.
Oh, yeah, you're rocking all right.
Yeah.
Look at me. Dad, pick me up.
Too good. Anthony, before the break, we did Letterman doing Carson's jokes.
Yeah.
We thought at the end of the clip he explained, he would explain that it's all Carson's jokes. We found that clip. It's only 10 seconds. Listen to this.
Every one of those jokes I did a few minutes ago were written for us over the last couple of months by Johnny Carson. And tremendous actor friendship.
He's ripping me off.
That's just got to piss off Leno, that secretly he's just been writing jokes for Letterman.
Yeah.
That's great. I love that.
Did they have guests last night?
I don't know. We were too busy at dinner.
I think you had Doc Severinsen on with with some of the old NBC Orchestra guys.
Okay.
Tommy Newsom was on, and they kind of played a couple of Johnny's favorites. So that's kind of cool. I think the Letterman approach was a little more sincere than the Leno.
Yeah, it's a cool idea, actually, what he did.
I think so. All right, so we went to steak dinner last night with
Elo. Our steak dinner.
I don't think there's much there, right? It was kind of just a regular sit down.
Everything that we discussed had one common thread. Elo's kid. Jesus, you guys that have children, you just cut your nuts off. And it's so hard to just be a guy in a conversation. Even before we went to dinner.
Yeah.
We had that 5-minute meeting over in Elo's office after our meeting with the tech guys. 5 minutes just to hook up before dinner. That turned into an hour-and-a-half meeting in Elo's office. I swear, I was trying to make it look like, because I'm wearing my cap, so I'm trying to make it look like I'm fidgeting with my name tag, my badge. And I just did it enough so that Elo couldn't see my eyes like this. I had my head down.
Yeah.
And I was moving my fingers and my eyes were closed. And I was going to sleep. I was nodding off. And then he goes, "Not keeping you up, am I?" I was like, "Oh, no, I'm fine. Oh, and I look at my watch. I'm just fidgeting. Because he said 5 minutes.
And then he throws more baby pictures at you.
Yeah, and then he goes, "Oh, here, this will keep you busy." So he puts up a little picture of Jackson, beautiful Jackson, up on his desk. And then he hands me a little photo album that he showed me already in Vegas. So I'm going through and he goes, "No, there's new pictures in the back." Oh.
Can I talk for the team?
Yeah.
The O&A team?
Sure.
I don't know yet.
I know. Because I know Elo is listening. He listens all the time, and that's great. I'm going to speak for the team.
Uh-huh.
Elo, none of us care about your kid.
Oh, that's not true.
We really don't care. Oh, you care?
I didn't say that, but I'm sure somebody here does. That's very inaccurate.
If you care, why didn't you take the ride after dinner to his house so you could see little Jackson?
Because if
he did offer. He said, Norton,
Jimmy,
I'll tell you
Jimmy,
why.
you gotta see the baby.
Because Anthony and I, we made it perfectly clear that we needed to go back to the hotel and crash and get ready for the show. And everyone knows you're kind of more of a night person, so Elo was feeling that. He's like, "Hey, Jimmy, why don't I take you on a little tour of Washington and then, come over to my pad and you could check out Jackson."
You know it would end the tour. You'd see the Washington Monument, the Capitol, the White House, and Lil Baby Jackson.
First of all, Elo was drinking like William Holden on New Year's Eve, and he was driving, so I didn't know if I wanted to carting me all around D.C. the night before a major terror alert when the State of the Union is this week. Second of all,
that's true.
Because he's drunk and he's making circles in the middle of the road. Oh, there it is, making a bank in a left. Like just wrapping around in the middle of the street. I mean, everything you shouldn't do in a city like D.C. when there's a major terror alert, he's doing.
Especially when you're drunk.
Absolutely.
And he's cut down on his drinking because he's now a father.
Yeah, cut down.
And I was thinking, actually, of Lil Jackson because I know that if we go over there, we might wake her up. And if I'm not effective on this radio show, well, then eventually the radio show doesn't do well. Maybe Elo gets fired. Then what does that kid have? She has a dad who has no job. So I was thinking of Eric, and I was thinking of his daughter.
That's
you
very
didn't
nice
want
of
anything to do with Elo or his kid.
I actually like very young babies. It's kids annoy me once they can start talking, but little baby feet are very cute.
I don't have anything to do with babies. I don't want anything to do with babies. First of all, whether they could talk or not, a baby, there is nothing you can do with a baby. You look at it, and it's like, isn't it cute? And it kind of moves around a little bit, and you're like, that's wonderful. Now what? I don't like looking at other people's babies.
The best was he picked us up at the hotel for the big steak dinner.
Yeah.
And he had to rearrange his whole car.
Oh, because he's now the dad.
He opens up.
It's not a guy coming to pick up other guys to go out for the night.
He opens up the hatch and half his baby stuff falls out onto the road.
That was funny.
Outside the hotel.
Strelo opens up the back hatch and just something fell on his foot. Come pouring out the back baby stuff.
I've never seen so much baby stuff in my life.
You're sitting in the back seat. You can't look out the windows because the baby shades are down because you don't want the baby getting sun in its face. Opie goes to put his head back on the headrest. He bangs his head on a Velcroed mirror that's on there because when the baby's in the baby seat facing backwards, Elo can now look in his rearview mirror, look in the mirror on the headrest, and see the reflection of his baby's face in there. I mean, you're not a man anymore.
Dude, I don't know, when we were that little, obviously our parents had none of that stuff.
Car seat?
And we survived.
Sorry. You sit in the front, and if I have to step on the brakes, you're eating the dashboard. No, the big dad safety arm would come off the steering wheel and go across your chest and stop you if he had to stop short. That's all you had. No baby seats, no mirrors, no sunblock, no window shades. You got half a tan on your side of your face because you're sitting by the window.
No Mozart for kids.
No videos inside the car. You're listening to what the hell your parents are listening to. In the safety of a 67 Rambler. Great.
Yeah, we're protecting the children a little too much, I think.
None of that stuff. And now, a guy... I remember my father.
Guy just doesn't look like a man anymore.
Not anymore.
Because he picks us up and the car looked cool from the outside, but man, it was all just jazzed up for the kid.
I remember my father when it was before even kindergarten. My father had like a Honda motorcycle, and he used to just throw me on the gas tank, and we'd go off somewhere, off to McDonald's or whatever, and I am sitting on the gas tank of a motorcycle.
Yeah.
Not strapped in, no helmet, no nothing. That was the old days. He'd pull up, you're in a car, he'd pull up to a friend's house or something, and that's it. You open the door, he'd pull you out of the car. It wasn't get the baby seat out, get a goddamn crib with you and a stroller and toys and you make do. You play with the beer bottle caps they're flipping around at each other. Those were your toys.
We had no safety crap.
None.
We actually stuck our fingers in the outlets and got shocked.
Right.
And then you learn.
Nothing better than a pair of tweezers in an outlet as a child.
And who hasn't eaten lead paint and survived?
They're hanging right off the windowsills.
I used to eat that crap growing up.
They'll be gone after a while.
Yeah. Amazing.
Now it's just you get emasculated. They've built this whole thing. It's a huge business. When we were talking about it with Elo last night, the money he spends on baby stuff and parents spend on baby stuff. There was a video. I went out to Colorado to visit family, and they have kids, and you'd be sitting watching a movie. A couple of the guys sitting watching the game or something like that. All of a sudden, one of the kids gets fidgety. The moms have to run in and just say, "Sorry, I got to pop in Monsters, Inc." And that's it. Your game is off. Your movie's off. I don't care. You're in the middle of The Godfather. It gets shut off. And Monsters, Inc. goes on because the kids have to be kept happy.
That's the
Maybe
worst.
The kid was crying because Sonny got shot. You don't know.
Maybe. Let him keep watching. But it's a whole industry that they have told parents they need this stuff. The videos are hysterical. They pop in videos where it looks like somebody just took a camcorder in their basement, put up a baby blanket, and just roll a ball across it and go, ball, 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 ball.
That costs you $28.95.
Yeah, and then they cross-fade to another colored blanket and a car. Car. And this, $50. $50. You can make it yourself, yeah. And the money they spend, and it's this emasculating thing for men now. They can't go out and be men anymore. It's all about the kids. And I guess to justify it, you have to keep bringing it up to everybody. Because we're talking about the show last night. We're just like, Elo, we'd like some advertising for the show. A lot of opportunities for billboards, perhaps in New York, by the tunnels, the bridges. Jackson would look cute on a billboard. All right, Elo. Hello.
Focus
here. We understand. Jackson, very cute. We're talking about something else. Talking about the show. Yeah, there was a problem with my mic. We were going to call Jackson Mike if she was a boy. No, the microphone. Jesus.
Well, remember we were asking about how come we never got Super Bowl tickets, and he said, well, the Super Bowl's in Jacksonville. Ah, what a good name for a city.
Oh,
very cool. Let's go to line 3 and say hi to Steve on Long Island. Steve, what's going on, buddy?
Hey, guys. Hey, Sugar Lips.
Hey.
Hi, Steve.
Hey, I can relate to Anthony completely with the motorcycle thing, man. My father pulled wheelies with me on the fucking gas tank until we got a sidecar. Then we had to get a little safer. Still no helmet.
Sidecar? Where were you, Nazi Germany?
Exactly.
Was wearing a pith helmet?
You and your father invading France, were you?
Yeah, we had no safety growing up. Simple as
None.
that.
And it went to everything. Boys. I don't know. Perhaps because safety is up, more kids are surviving. I don't know if that's a good thing, but I don't know. We kind of made it through.
Mm-hmm.
there were some really nasty things we grew up with. Some toys that were recalled, cars that were just unsafe, things like that. We talked about that in the past. I mean, they gave us things like click-clacks, compressed glass balls on the end of strings like a Australian bolo weapon. And this was a toy that if you clicked and clacked too hard, they'd explode and send shrapnel off into every corner of the room. But, that was a toy.
Sure. I was just thinking about the seatbelts where it just went across your...
Oh, just the lap belt that would fold you in half like a piece of paper if you...
That was brilliant.
Got in an accident?
Some brilliant engineer somewhere figuring that's the best way to keep you safe in a car accident.
Oh, my dad had an old Ford pickup truck, and the steering column was just pretty much, a 4x4 that went from the floor up to the steering wheel. That if you ever got into an accident, that thing just come right at you.
Mm-hmm.
There was no safety.
And no matter how well you raise your children or how much love you give them, when they're young teenagers, there's still a chance they'll be riding around with their friends in a car and decide to open their car door and knock a little kid off a bike and fall out and smash their face on the back of another vehicle.
Oh, I saw that clip, man. Have you seen the video?
Which one?
Oh, it is probably the nastiest clip I've ever seen. I felt bad for the kid at first till I realized what he was doing. I guess these 4 guys are in a car. They're driving around with a video camera, and one kid in the back seat. They drive kind of close to kids on bicycles, and they're doing a good clip. They're driving down the street and then open the door and fling the door into kids on bicycles. And I guess laugh and laugh. I didn't see any of those clips, but I assume that's what they were doing because a bicycle's coming down the road. A kid in the back seat flings the door open, misses the kid on the bicycle. I guess the kid swerved out of the way. The door flung open so quickly, it kind of pulled the guy in the back seat out with it. So he's kind of hanging on the door with his feet in the car. He tries to pull himself on the door, I guess, to get back in, and he winds up falling further out of the car. His head now goes past the door, so now he's completely outside the vehicle. His friend's car gets close to the back of a Buick that's parked, it looked like, and just smashed his head right on the bumper of a car that was parked on the side.
And they show it in slow motion. He's moving maybe 25 miles an hour, and then all of a sudden his head is not moving at all, and his body is... He takes a face full of car.
Disappears.
What happened to the guy?
He died.
I don't know.
He died. I've heard he died. I went on ogrish.com, and they had those message boards, and a lot of people say he did die.
Yeah.
Fatally.
Well, it's up on FoundryMusic.com.
Oh, it is on Foundry?
Steve's the king of finding all this stuff. That clip's on FoundryMusic.com.
I felt bad at first, and then I realized it's just some scumbag driving around with his dopey buddies, like screwing with people like that, thinking it's funny to videotape, smashing kids off their bicycles.
Especially like that, that's a vicious thing to do to a kid. If you're going to do something silly to a kid, like, with maybe a flamethrower or something kind of cute, but if you're going to knock him off his bike, you deserve to get your face into a car.
People just love taking these videos. They don't think about consequences or anything. Like, you go out and you're flipping your door into people on bicycles. Are you thinking that you could kill one of these kids and, then you're going to prison and everything? It's like these jackasses they just arrested in New York. Did you read that? Mm-mm. They got those the shooter of that actress from, where is she from, Minnesota?
Oh, the actress that said, what are you going to do, shoot us?
What are you going to do, shoot us? She's out with her fiancé. They're bar hopping.
Down in the East Village.
3 in the morning, they go out. This gang of animals, savage beasts, come up to them and decide they're going to rob them. And the girl, goes, what are you going to do, shoot us? Because I guess the boyfriend wasn't really cooperating. They were kind of blowing it off like they thought it was just a bunch of dopey kids goofing with them. Got to take that stuff seriously. You don't joke around like that. But I guess they were half in the bag. And the girl said, what are you going to do, shoot us? And this animal pulls a gun out, a .357 Magnum.
One shot right to the chest.
Shoots her in the chest. Kills her right there. On the spot. They had surveillance video of these animals, and they made an arrest. Good. They found the gun and the white scarf that was in the video at a family member's house of this one guy, who, by the way, the police took whining and crying into the back of their vehicle. 19-year-old, just non-human that should just be eliminated immediately. The guy deserves a Justin Volpe in the station house. And you know what's going to happen? They'll lawyer up. They'll go with either it was an accident, we were just kidding around and the gun went off, And you think this kid's going to get a first-degree murder charge? Nah. It's going to be one of these manslaughter. Oh, please, Your Honor, my client is so young. We can't waste a life like this. Meanwhile, you could tell, just not going to be a productive member of society. Kill him.
Absolutely, he should be squashed like an insect.
But New York, yeah, death penalty in New York.
Nah.
Yeah, we've had it for how many years?
A long time.
Used it how many times?
Exactly.
Oh, that's right. None times.
None times.
None times, I think, is the number. None.
All right, well.
Unbelievable.
We're going to rewind 1 second. Do we still have Tony from Long Island on the line? Let's see if Tony's there.
Tony, eh?
He basically wants to say it's all over when you get married. You might have an example of that.
Of course it is.
No? See, we don't really have a phone screen, so I don't know if these people are still there. No, we
marriage.
lost them?
Marriage
Okay.
is one step, and then the next is children. Hey, what's up, man?
We have become, as males, emasculated pussies. This past Saturday, I spent the whole weekend shopping for my wedding gifts and stuff like that. Now I got to come to find out, now I have to go back to Macy's and take a gun and go around and go, house, like, what do you call it, housewarming gifts? There are people that are doing this too. It would become a me society. Kids are just self-centered assholes who don't want to do anything, don't want to take any responsibility. And when I was a kid growing up in the 70s, if somebody cracked me with it, I got out of line. My old man cracked me. You wouldn't have people running around with guns shooting each other.
The old cracking by the old man.
Yeah, the old one arm.
That was something you feared.
The worst.
You feared that as a kid, man. It wasn't that, you acted up in a store or something like that. You didn't get pummeled, but you got, maybe you got a smack on the ass or, hey, what's the matter? You get that swat to the back of your head, psh, knock it off. You're like, ow!
But you knocked it off.
And you didn't do it again.
Yeah.
There's something to be said.
Driving down the road and your dad says, "Don't make me pull over," and then he fucking pulls over and throws you out of the car. I had to
Don't make me.
Yeah. It was the worst.
I've talked about it before. I remember being a kid, and me and my brother shared a room, and if we were talking at night, and we'd hear out from outside, "Go to sleep, knock it off, quit talking." I go, just keep talking, and my father would come in, take his belt off, and hang it on the doorknob, and the buckle would glimmer in the television light from outside, and you would just see it sitting there. And you stop talking.
You hear it just swaying back and forth. The buckle hitting the door.
It was on the doorknob, like he displayed it. Like, here's what I will beat you with if you keep talking. And you know what? You shut up and you went to sleep.
You should have yelled out, "Oh, great! Now your pants are gonna fall down, faggot!"
Oh, I'm supposed to be scared now.
Why don't you take that and hang yourself, stupid?
All right.
Oh, that would be the worst.
Hey, where's our newsman?
Smart ass.
Where's our newsman? We got to do news next.
Oh, we have a newsman yet?
Do we have a newsman?
No, we'll do that when we get back from New Orleans, I believe.
I love the ideas.
We're going to be auditioning newsmen for the Opie and Anthony program.
Yeah.
But who's going to do the news today? I think maybe one of our people should do the news today. We should have some news today. We have to have news for people.
News?
That's not a bad idea. You want to get the cozy one to do some news for us?
No, Steve will be good at it.
No,
yeah, with that voice.
No, because that's why I think it would be cool, because he has the radio voice.
Okay.
So we'll start with Cozy Steve. Get Cozy Steve in here.
Wait, they're all pointing at this sociopath.
Who is that guy?
I don't know.
One of our runners.
He's one of our runners today. His name's Avi.
Oh, and he knows how to do news? Why are they pointing at him?
Where did they get these two guys? They just went down the Megan's list? That would have been funny if I said Megan's Law list, but I just, dropped out law because it's early.
Yeah. We figured it out.
I know.
So what's the guy's deal? They're all pointing at him like he could do news or something. Who is this guy?
Please.
Avi or Ari? Ari, I'm sorry.
Ari, you know how to do news?
Yeah, a little something about news, yeah.
Yeah?
I can do some news.
What do you do here at XM?
I actually program coordinate college sports, but I've done news, I've done, music, whatever. But yeah, I can do news. I can do some news.
Well, let's start
Depends.
with Ari, man.
Is there some news that you can throw up with me?
Is there some copy, or is it directly out of the paper kind of thing?
See, that's what the job of the newsman will be.
That's right.
That's true.
See, I forgot that one.
Oh, so maybe he can then go out, like pick up get the papers or some of the stuff we have laying around, and then write some copy for it. And
prepare a newscast for us, will you?
I want the most illegitimate. You want legitimate news? Or
you
want
legit.
Legit news, the real news.
A little of everything, man.
Little of everything?
Just like they do it on the news stations.
A little of everything, yeah.
Okay.
Little everything.
Okay.
You got to end with that wacky news story, so we can play with that a little bit.
Okay. I'll find a wacky news story. All we got to look in is the D.C. Metro section, the crime section. You'll find something silly in here. So.
All right. Well, you got. How many minutes does he have? 15?
15 minutes to put a newscast together?
Sometime.
Yeah.
Wow.
Cozy Steve will help you.
Okay.
Yeah, of course.
All right.
All right.
Cozy.
Yeah.
All right. Ari's going to be our first tryout for a newsman.
There you go. All right.
Ari.
Oh my God! Steve was walking out right behind him. Steve was walking out right behind Ari, and Jim goes, hey, Ari, and Steve had to jam on the brakes. He stopped and turned around so quickly. I've never seen someone nailed as badly as Jim nailed one of the busboys or something at the restaurant last night. We were coming out of the bathroom, and the bathroom in that place is hysterical. There's a wall between the men's room and the ladies' room. And you can't see through it, except for one spot where there's a keyhole of glass that you look through, and from the men's room you can see into the ladies' room. You can't see, the toilets or anything, but you can see them washing their hands, putting on their makeup, and they can look in and see, you by the sink. And Jim starts knocking on the glass here, dong, 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 and this woman's like laughing because she knows we're looking at her, but doesn't want to look back.
Yeah.
So, the girl's washing her hands or doing something after she just steps out of the toilet section. Jimmy puts his camera up to the keyhole of glass and snaps it, and this just blinding flash goes into the ladies' room. Scare the crap out of her.
Because it's there on purpose, the keyhole. It's not an accident. It's made there just so they have that cool little feature. Okay.
Is this legal, though?
I know. That's what we were thinking.
Sounds a little weird.
And it just scares the crap out of the women when this big flash, because you don't know where it's coming from. It's just a flash went off in the ladies' room.
That's the new thing with bathrooms in general, especially in New York. Everyone is trying to out-hip each other with their bathrooms in these restaurants and clubs and bars and stuff.
Yep.
So, that's
it's a bathroom. I'm just going in to take a leak. It doesn't have to. They make these
that
things
just
so
seems like
hip.
That seems like a lawsuit waiting to happen. I know it's not in the actual urinals, but you got to think some lady might be in there like. I don't know, man. Maybe also needs to get topless because she spilled wine or
fixing her
something,
bra,
right?
Something going on, and you're peering through this big keyhole with snapping pictures like
That's
Jimmy.
very funny.
I don't like the hip bathrooms because they kind of lose their functionality. You don't know. Like last night, we walked into the bathroom. I swear for a second, and I'm not even kidding. I didn't know if the sink was a trough urinal or the sink because the faucets were this weird contraption-looking thing. It was a stone trough instead of a regular sink, and I've seen where, bathrooms have the trough. It was a little high, but, I thought maybe, I could, if I didn't really look around, I may have started taking a whiz in the sink, right by the keyhole, where a girl could have looked through and just see my hog in the sink.
I forgot which place, but you bring up a memory, man. I was in a New York restaurant, and I started leaking in what I thought would be... Yeah, the urinal. It was like rock formation and a little waterfall. I thought it was some hip thing. And all of a sudden the bathroom attendant had to stop me in mid-leak and go, no. And I guess around the corner were the actual urinals. But it was set up in such a way it looked like that was where you had your leak.
Taking a leak on some decorative waterfall mood thing.
Guy's brushing his teeth in it. What are you doing, sir?
It was quite embarrassing. Like, I'm sorry.
Yeah, keep it simple.
Keep it simple. Why don't we step aside? We got the news with Ari coming up.
Oh,
we're gonna try to get a news type person on the radio program. Don't worry, it's not gonna be like a real news guy. It's gonna be something that just throws some headlines out there that we could goof on.
All right.
I want a news guy.
Huh?
I want a news guy. I want to be an informative radio program.
You want like a serious news guy with the news voice and all that? Okay. All right, what else is happening on the show today? We got G. Gordon Liddy is calling in today. That's cool.
Liddy, my man. Plug those leaks, Liddy.
And
at least he's not a Jew.
Where's the mad Mexican?
Were you with me earlier when he went screaming by?
Yeah,
it was you, right?
This guy's on happy pills. It was like 5 in the morning. We're trying to wake up, get coffee and food in us, and this is like...
Why is he here so early?
He's fired up for a show. He got Jim that song that you wanted.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, he's cool.
He doesn't go on until like 9, though, right?
Well, he's going to stop by. He's like, I can't wait to stop by again.
Yeah, this guy's...
I have to be on the air until 9 o'clock. Why the hell would I would never even...
look at the guy. He has nothing else to do.
Yeah,
he has absolutely nothing else to do. You know that he has jelly beans at his cubicle, hoping that women would stop by and socialize with him? That's the only reason. And you know he's like... He goes around the whole compound going... Stop by my cubicle. I got new jelly beans.
Oof, creepy.
He's got jelly beans and pictures of his dog, Chicago. When he was wearing all that Chicago stuff yesterday...
Yeah, I thought he was a fan of the band.
I thought he was a huge fan of the band Chicago. No, his dog's name is Chicago, so now he has Chicago, the band's hat and some kind of sweatshirt that I guess he wears something with Chicago on it every day.
Every day?
That's his deal.
That's his thing?
And then he has a picture of his dog at his cubicle going, there's my baby.
Oh, Jesus. That is frightening.
Jelly beans and a puppy. That's not pedophilic.
Yeah, right? I bet he's got Spanish fly he dips jelly beans in. Found her on a gear shift. Ole!
And happy pills. I wonder if Ari's going to talk about Hillary Clinton passing out. We'll see what kind of... Oh, yeah, he's nodding. He's got that story for the news. All right. He's only got 10 minutes left, Anthony.
All right.
The pressure is on.
Let's see how good he is.
All right, we'll take a quick break, and we'll continue with the Opie and Anthony program.
Make no mistake about it. These are evildoers.
Yes.
Blah, 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 blah.
It's the Opie and Anthony Show, live from Washington, D.C.
They have no justification
That's hot.
for their actions.
The Opie and Anthony Show.
This is evil.
The Opie and Anthony Show. XM202.
This is the One virus spreading across America thanks to XM Satellite Radio.
Yeah.
We're at the compound in Washington, D.C. A little strange to be here, by the way. I was thinking about it. In New York, you could take a break from maybe preparing for the show, or after the show, you could leave the building, go to Starbucks, check out the fine women walking around the streets of Manhattan.
Oh, no.
Here, you come to work and you're here for the day.
Yeah, no one leaves.
You do not leave the compound until your workday is done, which is strange. A lot of people say they don't even see the sun.
Nobody leaves the compound.
Because we're in this studio. There's no windows or anything. We're deep into the compound here.
Yep.
I think we're in the basement. I don't even know. I mean, it's like a maze. All of a sudden, we show up at this studio, and I don't even know what part of the building we're in anymore, right?
Yeah, I know how to get here, which is odd. I'm not very good with directions in this place. You wander the hallways. You have no idea where you're going. You could just pass one of the studios that you got to be in. I don't know, but I know how to get to this studio. That's pretty much it.
Yeah. I just stepped out of the studio. You started something. Another XM employee just stopped by with his baby pictures. He goes, I know how much you guys love baby pictures.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I guess he just had twins, so congratulations to that person who just showed us some baby pictures. Is Ari just about ready with the news? He's got about 5 minutes left, Anthony.
Wow, we're really, pressing him.
That's okay. I don't think he's going to get to this story, so we should talk about this. This lady, she tried to kill herself in New York yesterday. 59th Street Bridge Leap.
Oh, really?
So if you were in traffic yesterday for hours upon hours, it was because of some selfish soul that decided to not only kill herself, but make everyone else be inconvenienced.
Another one.
Yeah, a woman tried to kill herself by jumping by Jump Street Bridge yesterday, but she smacked into a scaff from it until help arrived. Looks like they have the same problem with the printer that we have in New York. The 49-year-old woman, whose name was not immediate, walked onto the lower roadway from the Queens side of around 4:30, authorities said. She started walking in the outer traffic lane toward Mint, suddenly darted to the railing at the edge of the span. The woman then started shouting that she would jump her, according to witnesses. Before anyone could intercede, she climbed over the sources said. She fell about 30 feet before the scaffold, which was left recently painting job, broke her fall. She hung on the Our traffic came to a halt on the lower level of the bridge. A rescue team rappelled down the side of the structure. The woman, who had fractured a few bones in the stretcher and carried back up to the roadway. She was then taken to Elmhurst Hospital, where she condition.
Oh. That is horrible.
Don't we check this after we print them?
That is... That's really a couple of words left out there.
Ben, they're cutting the print's cutting off.
I know. We had that problem in New York.
Same printer company.
All right, well, whatever. Some lady basically tried to kill herself jumping off the 59th Street Bridge, and she didn't get the job done, and she held everyone up.
How do you not see a scaffolding or whatever it is right below you, stupid?
It's poking out from the bridge. She doesn't see it?
So what'd she fall, 5 feet?
30 feet, just enough to screw you up and make your life even more of a hell than it was before you tried to kill yourself.
Yeah.
Good.
All right,
Good job. Yeah, and I'm
49.
sure traffic stopped on the 59th Street Bridge. That's good. Did they say what time this was? Oh, 4:30 p.m. That's nice. Not many people on the road at 4:30 p.m.
Let's go to line 2. Floyd from Georgia wants to say hi. What's going on, Floyd?
What's going on, Melanie?
How are you today?
I'm pretty good, guys. What's going on? You brought up a memory when you were talking about you were pissing in the urinal.
Yeah, it was like some kind of... All right. Well, I was just going to reiterate. It was just some kind of like weird waterfall thing. I think it was some kind of Japanese restaurant, a lot of rocks and water, and it looked like it was a fancy place to take a leak. And then I was embarrassed when the attendant told me to go around the corner where the actual urinals were. Yes.
Well, I done the opposite. I tried to wash my hands in the urinal.
You try to wash your hands in a urinal?
It looked like the trough thing, right? But they had valves above it with a pipe where you could turn the water on to wash the piss out, right? But there was no one in there pissing, and they didn't have the little urinal cakes there or anything, so...
We're listening, bro.
What?
Floyd.
Yeah.
See, I can't control the phone, so...
So, Floyd, did you...
Floyd.
Now, Floyd.
He's gone.
Yeah. That was good. Good call. All right.
So glad we went to it. Thank you, Floyd, for helping us out today.
Good caller. It sounds like there's a pretty severe delay. Huh?
Yeah, there's a delay. I could hear it in the background, and I wish we had our phone screener so I could see what people want to talk about. It kind of
wish upon a star.
Kind of takes away from the program just a little bit, don't you think?
Mental note: next time, Oak needs a phone screener. Am I right or wrong?
Well, if they want us to come down here once a month, we're going to have to work out some of the bugs, definitely.
That's right, phone screener.
And speaking of hitting the road, you're ready?
Yeah.
Oh, my God, that's great. Okay.
Wow.
I just want to remind people we're going to be live at Mardi Gras Monday and Tuesday, February 7th and 8th. We're broadcasting live 3 to 6 Eastern Time at the Crazy Horse. That's on Bourbon Street. We'll be on the balcony, okay? Info will be up on opieandanthony.com. It's already up there? All right, great. So come on by and say hi if you're going to Mardi Gras. Anthony, do we have like a news sweeper or anything?
Oh, that'd be nice.
You want to try the teletype for Ari?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. That'll work.
Oh, that's good. It's a little loud.
I know. I'm trying to turn it off. Turn it off! Turn it off!
Oh, punch that
turn
lowered.
It off! How do you turn off the carts? What do I do?
There you go.
Oh, thank you.
How do you turn it down?
I could do that. That's easy. That's just a fader. All right. Do you have a name or anything?
My name is Ari Bykowski, or Ari B, regardless. Whatever.
You need kind of a cool news name, man.
Yeah, that isn't a good news name.
That's not a good news name? Is it too ethnic?
Yeah. You need something, one of those...
Roger Falls.
2 first names works good.
Richard Joseph. How about that one?
No, you could use Ari. Maybe something that rhymes with Ari. I don't know.
Something that rhymes.
Yeah, I don't know. Ari's too short to rhyme with. Like Ari Safari would sound too weird.
Right.
It's too short.
And it'll make me 1,000 first grade again, guys. Or Ari Atari Ari. That doesn't work.
That one?
Yeah, that's another one. Or Sorry Ari.
Atari.
That wouldn't work. No one would take me seriously there. And they do anyway.
Well, you want to just say, here's Ari with the news?
All right.
All right, here's Ari with the news.
Or one day
so loud.
Turn it down so we can hear Ari.
All right, hold on. I got to figure out how to turn this down.
Jackhammer.
Oh, I think it's that one.
Which one? This one? Oh, okay, thank you.
One day after the historic vote in Iraq, interim Prime Minister Ayad Alawi has urged his people to unify for peace in the war-torn nation. Many observers have said the balance of a stable nation may rely on the Sunni Arab minority. From Iraq to the Pentagon, under congressional pressure, the Pentagon announced plans to increase death payments by nearly $250,000 to families of U.S. troops killed in combat zones. To Buffalo, New York, where New York Senator Hillary Rodham Clinton fainted yesterday after complaining of flu-like symptoms.
That's terrific. That's terrific.
Miss Clinton was given medical attention at the scene and went to give another speech in the afternoon. I guess she had some water. To Michael Jackson, star in the movie called The Woodsman. Oh, that's Kevin Bacon. Jackson's child molestation trial began yesterday.
Wait, what?
Oh, I'm sorry. That was a typo.
Wait, what happened?
Michael Jackson, the star in The Woodsman, right? You know, the new Kevin Bacon movie?
Wait, what?
Yeah. Never mind. I think I typed.
Wait, let's go back. So Hillary Clinton.
She fainted.
She fainted because she had some kind of stomach flu, right?
Yeah. Apparently, she had a stomach flu. She fainted.
Know what that means? She also had the squirts, probably.
Yeah, they said she had
probably squirting out of that pantsuit.
Upset.
She sneezed and filled both ankles of her pantyhose.
I love how they make it sound so nice, but you got to think she had the squirts.
Senator, she's on the bowl. All right, all right.
She was dehydrated because she had the squirts, man.
And I believe our city needs more federal money.
As she's practicing her speech on the bowl.
I'm not feeling very well. We need someone in charge that knows New York. Our tummy hurt. You know when you have those, you're percolating and you just feel like passing out? The pain goes from your kneecaps to your shoulders. Oh, it's the worst. And she's there trying to give a speech.
And then she was claiming that other people on her staff also had the stomach flu.
Yeah.
So everyone had the squirts.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we got past that story. What was the next one now?
To Michael Jackson.
All right. Okay.
Day one of his child molestation.
Wait, what about the Woodsman or something?
Oh yeah, isn't he? I think that was a typo. I must have misread it. It was a star in The Woodsman, right? I guess not.
I think that was a little joke he's throwing in there.
I don't know if you guys saw that movie. You see that movie?
Yes, I heard about it.
It's a great family film.
I know what it's about.
Take those children you guys were talking about earlier in the morning. That's where the babies, take them to that movie. Take them to that movie. They will learn a lot. Learn a lot.
Are you trying to do jokes?
I think he is.
I was serious, actually.
But you're supposed to be our serious news man.
That's why I was guy. Twisted.
There's the animals, by the way, on TV.
Yeah. You're supposed to be the serious news guy, and then you end your newscast with one, kind of wacky news story.
The wacky story.
And that shows your, sense of humor a little bit.
Oh, I got one more, too, about Snoop. You guys ready about Snoop?
All right, hold on. Everyone's distracted.
Sorry.
What a surprise.
Now, if that was a bunch of white kids that shot a black couple, do you not think that would be all over the news, the racial implications of that shooting?
It absolutely would. But it's expected this way, so no one really gets surprised about it. No one really gets outraged about it because it's completely expected, I guess. We're living in a world where that is the norm. It's expected, accepted, and everything's fine. Don't worry. They're just poor kids that society has just done wrong. So it's okay that they do things like this. Just take a gun and shoot a woman for no reason.
She was dumb, though. Not that she deserved to get shot, but just shut up. If someone's trying to rob you, don't taunt them. I dare you.
Shut up. Yeah, go ahead, shoot.
She also looks a lot like Marsha Brady.
She really did have a Marsha Brady look to her, didn't she?
Just a little bit. So, all right, let's get back to the news with Ari.
Ow, my chest. Ow, my chest.
Oh, God. Jesus. What happened 2 days ago?
That was a Marsha Brady reference.
Too soon?
A little too soon, I think.
Oh,
all right, do you have anything on this shooting, by the way? It's a big story in New York.
No, I don't, actually. It wasn't in the headlines. In the.
All right, let me get back to the teletype. So, back to the news with Ari.
Now, a woman is claiming that rapper, actor, weed activist Snoop Dogg, who's known as the government by Calvin Broadus, that's on his birth certificate, he's being sued by a woman, apparently a makeup artist, her name is Kylie Bell, of rape. This is behind the scenes of a taping of Jimmy Kimmel Live. I don't know if this is a criminal case, and what I'm saying, she's suing her for a pretty big amount of money, so... that's what's going on with Snoop. He's going to have to deal with this.
Why do you guys
situation.
have this intern here?
Huh?
Why do you have this intern here?
He's an intern?
He's an intern.
Actually, I'm the squeegee guy.
He's not even a paid employee.
See, we were trying to figure out who would be a good news guy, and he kind of raised his hand, and people are pointing at him.
Yeah, we said, what the hell? We got to start somewhere. We're trying to find a news guy for our radio program.
I know this is like your first Washington visit, guys.
Yeah.
By the way, hi, boys.
Hi, it's Bruce Kelly.
From
Wow, you
the,
sound a lot like our old boss. Hi, boys.
Boys.
Anyway. Boys, are you going to have interns now reading the news, boys? Why do I pay you then?
We have an air check meeting at 11 o'clock this morning.
You do sound like Bruce Mimic. It's freaking us out a little bit.
It really does.
Boys, we were talking about this last night at dinner. Boys, are you guys now doing a talk show, boys? Boys?
So Ari runs our basketball, and he's a good guy, but this is your first visit to Washington.
Yeah.
If you want to ask somebody what's really going on inside this building,
You're
I'm
the
here.
guy.
Everything.
This is Bruce Kelly from the 80s station.
From the cheesy 80s channel.
Nice.
No, we liked you from day one.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, first of all, welcome.
Thank you.
Has anybody welcomed you here, Jim? Has anybody said anything?
Steve got a nice welcome yesterday. As
Steve
he
almost
walked
got
into one of the
fight
production rooms
with one of the production guys. You know what?
Oh, with the little gnome dude.
Taz.
Yes. Yeah,
Taz welcomed me, though, but it was kind of different. Like, in the urinal, I just kind of showed him, and he went, oh, welcome to the complex. Creep.
Is that why the urinal's broken here in the men's room? Huh?
Yeah, I smashed his head in
mount the urinal,
no one has really welcomed us, actually.
And I think it stinks. I think since day one you guys should have been here. We should have thrown a big party. And
Thanks, that would have been nice.
You know? But you signed the deal, and now you're in the gutter.
We talked about signing the deal. We signed it in a conference room. Lawyer lady grabbed the contracts and ran, and next thing you know, someone came in with our bags and said, you know, the van is waiting for you to take you back to the... I swear to you. And we didn't even know what happened. We thought maybe they would, you know, get some champagne going and maybe a little celebration, maybe a little dinner or something. It was like, I'm not kidding, she grabbed the contracts, ran out.
I felt like Carlo after fessing up that it was Barzini. And then it was like, okay, drink out of your hand. Here's you get outside.
Yeah, it was
we're taking you to the airport.
Before we knew it, we were back on the Acceler to New York, thinking, "Wow, what just happened?" I think we just signed our lives
away. We got to go back to work.
Where's the balloons and confetti?
Is everything working in here today, by the way? Because I understand this is not quite the standard that you're used to in our XM New York studios.
It is actually working very well.
Yeah, no, I think the levels are much better down here in Washington than what we have in New York. So
people are digging it.
By the way, let's welcome all the XM 202 high voltage listeners.
Yes.
Thanks for paying your money. When do you guys go free?
We don't even know if we do. We're hoping we do.
Yeah.
We're hoping we do. Yeah,
we're still working on that. Yeah.
Okay.
We hear rumblings every so often, but
then you hear no, not that. It's like, ugh.
So you don't want Ari doing the news? He really is just an intern?
Yeah.
You're just an intern, Ari? You were saying that you were like this big fan.
Yeah, we asked what you did, and you were like,
I'm a big fan.
I'm the vice president of
Yeah, he's like all of a sudden he's in charge of college basketball and stuff.
No, Ari's a good
Actually,
guy.
I wanted to even cross promote a game tonight. Number 1 Illinois is playing at Michigan State on Big Ten Channel 186, 7 p.m. Eastern Time tip-off.
But you're not really a news guy.
Yeah, I thought maybe you were
I'm more
like...
of a sports guy, but I've done news before. So I'm more of sports, but...
what we're hearing, though, is you're more of an intern.
Well, apparently, yeah.
What we're hearing is you're supposed to be getting us our coffee.
In fact, Ari got thrown out of his desk the other day. He is so low
on
the totem pole here. Tell him, Ari. Don't bullshit him. Tell him.
I don't have a place to go. No, actually, right now, I'm...
you don't even have a
He's homeless.
Actually, you were peeing at my desk the other day, man, and I was...
What happened?
It was right across the hall, right there.
You had a desk.
I had a desk.
And they came by, and now why did they take your desk? Who needed a desk that was more important than you?
Well, in the area, they're
anybody.
They're gentrifying the area, the actual area, because Major League Baseball is coming in. I'm just amateur sports. They're bringing it up to professional sports in Major League Baseball.
You've been thrown out because Major League Baseball's coming in.
And they evicted me from my area. And
do you draw a check here?
I do draw a check here.
Very small.
Okay.
That's very small check, yeah.
That's a little better than...
This guy misrepresented himself.
Absolutely did.
We're looking for a serious news guy for our radio show.
Hey, they pointed at me.
No, you raised your hand like you were ready to go.
Then we asked the qualifications, and we got all kinds of sports, and I've read news, and meanwhile, you know, he's an intern.
Have you tried Einstein yet? Lee Abrams upstairs. The old man. The doddering uncle. Have you tried him?
Doddering uncle. For news?
Yeah.
No.
Good suggestion.
I think it might get a little, long-winded.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it might go on and on. if we got him for the news.
I mean, you can't have a news guy that's high all the time. See, no one likes to talk about that around here. They all just say,
yeah, this is a good one.
You bring up Lee Abrams and pot, and everyone gets very uncomfortable, like it's not happening. Look in his eyes.
Yeah, one day I'll tell you the story of Lee Abrams and I back in the 70s going to a Baltimore Orioles game with an 8-ball. And,
really?
Nice.
Yeah.
There you go. That makes for a fun little afternoon.
Sure, yeah. In the bathroom. No innings. I just got handed this thing.
A little note.
Try Scott Walterman. Now, have you heard Scott Walterman? This guy is a legitimate network news guy.
Really? Is he in the building?
He is. Is Scott in?
Scott in?
Is Scott in yet?
Can we get him to do the news? We need a real news guy.
This guy is who's the guy? Anthony from Mary Tyler Moore. What's his name?
Oh yeah.
Ted Knight. Yeah, he is Ted Knight meets Walter Cronkite.
Wow, that's what we need.
Yeah, this guy is...
Well, can we have Ari at least finish the newscast for this hour?
That's all I had time for.
Scott is the guy Elo wanted.
Yeah. Is he in the building? Let's give him a shot.
What time does he get here? He's late already. What time?
He's on the phone with. She's on the phone with him right now. Yeah.
All right, we're trying to get him.
Yeah, nothing against Ari, but.
No, he's legit, man. I'm fine. I'm really honestly. They hired me. I was the squeegee person outside, and they felt bad for me because.
At least you're finally admitting that you just stink at doing the news. I'm just amazed.
You know what? He really was trying at the beginning. Like he was trying. He was really paying attention to what he was reading and everything. But at the end, you just fell apart. And you were all over the place. Yeah. You was tripping up on a lot of words.
You know, Michael Jackson's the biggest story today. Did you have anything on that?
Yeah, I talked about that one.
He did The Woodsman. He's a Michael Jackson starring in The Woodsman. He actually looked up and went, LOL, and then went right back to the story.
Yeah, looking for the laugh.
That was a typo, man. That's part of my journalistic lack of integrity.
Ari, you tried.
Yes, I
You gave it a whirl.
And you failed miserably.
At least give a tag out. Tag out, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait. Let me give you the teletype. Go ahead.
I'm Ari Bykowski.
No.
What is it? What name do I need? What do I need?
Show some balls. Come on.
Balls?
Be authoritative.
I'm Ari Bykowski for Opie and Anthony News.
Are you American?
What do you want me to be? I'm Jonathan Joseph.
Oh. Are you a citizen?
No, actually, I'm actually here illegally.
Are you really?
Yeah.
As are half the employees at XM. Yes.
I'm from Malta.
All right. Well, thanks, Ari. I think.
Thank you, Ari.
Ari, thank you.
I think Jimmy needs coffee. Might want to help him out with that. Jesus.
So, what do you guys need?
We need a news guy.
Well, we're going to get you Scott.
Wait.
No, Ari, that's a gag. You just need to leave.
Yeah, you can hang. They're going to kick me out.
I don't know if he's getting pissed or. All right, no, Ari.
Yeah,
it was interesting.
Yeah. Did he pass the audition? Did we?
Oh. All right, who are we going to try next for news? Ben, is there anyone else? You're the executive producer of the program.
See if it's on.
Executive
producer. Hey, is the little traffic chick in there with the squeaky voice?
What's her name?
No.
Is she in there?
We'll get her.
I'm telling you.
I think
she's great.
I think Bruce wants to make us suffer today.
Yeah.
I think he secretly wants to make us suffer today.
Actually, I'm glad you guys finally came down here. I remember when you were here a couple years ago walking through.
Yeah.
And they had, canvas bags on your head, or they tried to hide you. And
there was some press here for some other event, and they didn't want them snapping any pictures of us in the
But of course,
hallway.
You guys take a cell phone picture.
Yeah.
In front of the XM logo. That was
and put it up on the internet.
Yeah. That almost
kind of leaked.
That almost wrecked our deal. Yeah. Well, we just figured we'd take a picture and show everyone where we were that day.
We're newsmakers. We know how to get publicity. Take pictures, drop it in there. All of a sudden, it ended up in the Daily News.
And then we made believe that we didn't take the picture, even though only one of us was in the picture at one time.
Yeah, it was blurred. It was a little blurry.
It was like, here's a picture of Anthony in front of the XM thing, and then, wow, look at this. Here's a picture of Opie in front of the XM thing.
Speaking of pictures, how much neck did they add to your body over here, Opie?
Well,
that's the one they fixed, actually.
Yeah, that was the.
That's the reshoot.
They try to Photoshop our heads.
You guys need a manager in here.
Yeah.
I mean, you need some other than Elo.
Yeah.
You know, who's more worried about
his baby?
And if his shirts are starched.
Be honest, you don't care about Elo's baby, right? And his baby pictures.
Well, I'm a dad, so yeah, I like to see. that stuff.
You're a dad.
Yeah,
the dad.
I'm a dad. Okay, here she comes. Don't let her talk. Don't talk.
Oh, what a
wow!
Look at
talk.
this thing.
Don't talk until you start the headlines.
How you doing?
All right, wait. You got the headlines? Ben. Wait, she's not going to read the same headlines
Give him
that
the
Ari
headphones
did.
so he can hear it.
Hold on a minute. Hold on. We're going to try her out for the news next. She's got to redo the stories. We don't want Ari.
This is Dee Dee.
Dee Dee, don't say hi yet. I guess it's going to be a big surprise when you open that mouth of yours.
And now here's Dee Dee Grabowski with the Opie and Anthony update.
Wait, could you redo the headlines, though, Steve?
All right, we'll get on it.
All right, you know what? Here's the deal.
You don't want to blow the debut.
All right, all right. Why don't we take a break and we'll have Dee Dee? Just not.
Dee Dee, yeah.
All right, Dee Dee's going to do the news next. She's going to try out to be the news person for the Opie and Anthony program, okay?
Going to write up some headlines.
Yeah, some new headlines,
stories.
because that was Ari's headlines. And she might have a whole new angle on the news, okay? And we have Bruce Kelly. He's hanging out a little bit.
Hey.
He's from the 80s station here at XM.
How you doing?
A very cool guy that sounds a lot like our old boss, Bruce Mittman, which is
You
really
know,
nice out.
the last break, Opie. You
Dude, we had a
stepped
GM.
on Anthony.
We went to
Could
Boston.
you use hand signals in the future?
we went to we went to Boston to do an afternoon drive, and the GM, we lost our PD as soon as we signed the deal. So our GM decided he needed to do the air check section. for us.
How many times?
GMs
The
are so
GM's
perceptive.
wife.
The GM's wife.
So as we're talking about Hugh Pinero. No.
All right, we're going to go to break.
Yeah.
This is a mess today, but it's okay. And now I see that Andy Gore has come back.
Oh.
He's got more stuff to show us, Anthony.
Cool.
And we'll have Dee Dee do the news
you're going to
next.
love her.
It's the Opie and Anthony
You're gonna
program
love her.
live from Washington.
Love.
Hit the commercial or the promo or something. Get me out of here.
What kind of a show are you guys putting on here today?
Welcome to Radio Free America. America's ready. I'm ready. I mean, I want a million voices crying out in the wilderness. Jesus, let's get serious.
Now, take a deep cleansing breath. And begin.
Fix it.
Guess who's back?
I'm over here now.
Back again.
Nice head, Dick. Bag it.
Guess who's back?
Oh, man.
Back again.
I don't believe it. Stupid. You're so stupid.
Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Back again. Guess who's back? Tell her friend.
Turn it off.
Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back?
Turn it off.
Oh, man, if I was older, I would totally start jacking off right now. What's all doing?
We're gonna have a problem here.
Okay, cut.
All right, here we go. Hold your ears, folks. It's showtime.
The Opie and Anthony Show. The Opie and Anthony Show. XM 202.
Are you breathing? Are you breathing? Now, wake up. Are you alive? Are you listening to me? I'm gonna talk about the freakies. Now, someone is gonna die. When you listen to me, the living die, the living die. Say, wake up. Are you alive? Are you listening to me? I'm gonna talk about the freakies. Now, someone is gonna die. When you listen to me, the living die, the living die. Say, are you breathing? Are you breathing?
It's the Opie and Anthony program live from Washington, D.C. We got Bruce Kelly in the studio from the 80s channel.
Hey, how are you?
We got Andy Gore outside the studio. He's going to come in and show us some more stuff today, Anthony. Also, G. Gordon Liddy's calling in today. That should be a lot of fun.
G-man.
And a bunch of other things. Bob Edwards might stop in and say hi.
Actually, Bob is busy today. We're going to get him on the next
Oh,
time.
Bob is busy.
No. Bob's cool.
Have you guys have you had him on?
No.
No.
He really wants. He loves to step outside Mr. Public Radio.
Right.
And he completely shifts. He completely goes into another persona. So
I'd love to talk to him.
Yeah,
definitely.
that is if you can get him to stop smoking.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
he's
noticed
one of
that.
those.
He's always outside smoking.
Smokes a lot.
Oh,
yeah, he likes his cigarettes.
He's the next one after Carson. He's
the emphysema.
Yeah, sure.
Oof.
All right, well,
you ready for this?
Are we ready for Dee Dee? We're trying to. She's freaking out
Just
out there.
read the front page.
And Martini Steve is he's putting up a finger, meaning all right, we need one more minute, Anthony. We're trying to outnews people. We had a meeting with Elo, and he basically said, we're trying to get the show to the next level.
Yeah.
And he's thinking maybe a news person would help you guys.
Did he use the
Maybe
phrase
a
the next
news
level?
person.
A couple of newscasts during the
next level.
program, where we could maybe riff off the news person's stories and add our little spin. Could be fun. And then also people could be informed, because he said when people wake up, they need to know that the world is okay.
That the world is okay. That's what he said.
Was this after he was drinking that he went
Yeah,
into this?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It was after some drinks, after we all looked at pictures of Lil Jackson, and he said maybe a news person. Perhaps that will take the
That
show
just came out, huh?
to the next level. Yeah. He's working. He's in his office coming up with the big ideas.
Putting all these
He does.
charts on his window like a weirdo with a marker.
That is
Oh,
so
I know.
bizarre. He's got glass walls in his office, and when he has a thought, he goes up there like some sort of rat on speed and starts drawing with the little magic markers.
It's the beautiful mind.
Beautiful mind again.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
And then somebody comes in and writes it all down, then they wipe it off the wall.
It's like the beautiful mind, only without the whole genius part.
Yeah.
Just some nut scribbling on the wall is pretty much what it is.
Random dumb ideas on how to interview him for Michael Jackson are here at the beginning, and then you get the audience. All right. And then you open your mouth and words come out. Thanks. Very helpful.
Without the mind part. Hey, where's Dee Dee? She's walking away.
They're just printing the stories. 2 seconds.
She looks a little, I don't know. What's up with her? What's the background on Dee Dee?
Is there a backstory there?
Well, yeah, she came to me a couple of years ago and wanted to work here. She was doing Dirt FM, and as soon as you hear her voice, that's it. She's a nice girl. She does traffic on the traffic channels, which once you hear her voice, it's so bizarre that when you're hearing her talk about 9-car pileup with 32 dead, it's.
The build-up is getting a little crazy, I'm thinking.
Yeah.
No, this better be the best voice we've ever heard.
I guarantee
Forward to
it.
hearing her.
Okay.
I guarantee it.
Anthony, your movie review. We could get into that.
Oh.
Because Dee Dee, she just ran away. She's panicking, I think, because Martini Steve's now following her down the hallway. Now Ben has slammed down his headphones as the executive producer, and he's running out of the studio.
She ran away from Steve. Not that that's ever happened
No
before.
surprise.
Big bear chasing her.
She didn't yell, "Please don't rape me," did she?
Oh, jeez.
Ben always looks a little frazzled.
Well, that's why we call him the Herky Jerky Man.
Here she
Okay.
comes.
All right. We're going to get to Anthony's movie review a little later then?
Yeah.
All right. This
Let me give her
is
the
turning into
introduction.
another cluster F of a radio program.
That's
Here's
all right.
Dee Dee. Hold on, Dee Dee. We don't even want you talking yet. Do you want to do the teletype?
We should probably have a little teletype in the background. Give it that real news feel.
All right, Anthony.
Good.
Now with the news for the Opie and Anthony program, it's Dee Dee. Go ahead. Dee Dee, she needs headphones on, I think.
There you go. There you go.
That's cute. Hi.
I told you.
Wow.
Go for it.
All right.
Okay, I'm going to try to do this to the best of my ability here.
It's real. It's real. It's real.
Stop it.
It's not helium.
No. Okay. Michael Jackson stood and smiled as he faced the first. They're cracking up at me. I can't. It's really my voice. I'm telling you, my parents, when they were conceiving me, they were taking hits of helium. This is my voice. That's why I'm.
Did I set you guys up or what?
Wow.
She's the real thing.
Hi, it's really my voice.
That cannot be your real voice.
It is my voice.
that
Go
was-
listen to my traffic reports.
When
in
she
Chicago
laughs.
and Minneapolis.
Wait, you
She
do
laughs.
traffic with that voice?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. And then I'm Cricket on XM Kids.
What do you say
on
in the traffic
XM
report?
Kids.
If you haven't had an accident, you'll want to after you hear me talk for 30 seconds?
Hey!
Wow. Wait, you're Cricket on XM Kids?
Yes,
And
I
who
do a
is-
show called Shortwave on
Yeah.
channel 116.
And what is that about? What is Cricket?
We just play Raffi and Mr. Rogers and the Wiggles.
And you introduce stuff and with
Yeah,
that
and I
voice.
do arts and crafts.
Kids must just love that voice.
Yeah.
At least someone does, because wow. I cannot believe that is your real
This
voice.
is my real voice. Bruce, is it my real voice?
No, I believe you.
No, we
but
all believe you now.
It's her.
It's unbelievable that it is. You must get all the time when you answer the phone, could you put your mommy on the phone?
I do.
Yeah.
And I go, I am the mommy. When telemarketers call me, they're like, no, you're not. I said, yes, I am. They're like, no, you're not. I'm like, okay, bye.
Like one of Jimmy's stories.
Another thing, she also has she has Tourette's syndrome.
What?
Do you really?
At any second she could.
blurt something out.
There's the laugh. That's what
Wow.
I was trying to get her to do.
Wow, what's that laugh all about?
I
That was a
sometimes-
snort.
I sometimes snort when I laugh, yeah.
When you laugh, you snort. Wow.
Oh my God, you're a mess.
You know what? I'm going to leave you guys alone with her. O&A.
All right, Bruce,
Okay.
come on back and
Thanks,
say hi. It's Bruce
Thank
Kelly
you,
from the 80s
Bruce.
channel.
There he goes.
Yeah, thanks, Bruce. He
Wow.
He gives us Dee Dee and then he leaves. Thanks. We greatly appreciate
Well,
this.
that's kind of a handy radio voice in some certain circumstances. Like
got
I
me
guess
where it got me here.
XM Kids would be great. And then what else do you use that voice for? Traffic?
Traffic.
Yeah. And what do you say? Like, give me a quick example of what a traffic report might sound like.
I'm Dee Dee Grzelski. I can't do it. Okay. I need my traffic screen in front of me.
At least you have a good showbiz name, though.
Hey, I'm Polish. I can't help it.
Yeah.
I would go, I'm Dee Dee Grzelski. This is your Chicago Instant Traffic and Weather. Right now it's green. Let's get going with your comprehensive Chicago Instant Traffic and Weather and blah, 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 blah.
I would drive my car into a pole.
Why, Aunt?
And by pole, I mean your ancestors.
Oh. You're dirty.
No, I'm teasing, of course. You're very lovely.
Yeah,
and
why
I
don't
think
we-
the voice is
Why don't we
cute.
try her out for the news, Anthony? All right?
I can't.
All right, here we go. You got your news stories in front of you?
I can't do it.
All right,
You're doing good.
Yeah.
We'll try not to laugh too hard, okay? Anthony, time for the news with Dee Dee.
Grzelski.
Right.
All right, Michael Jackson stood and smiled as he faced the first prospective jurors in his criminal trial yesterday. Blah, 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 blah.
Sounds like one of his victims.
In Jacksonville, Florida, Terrell Owens practiced Monday for the first time since injuring his ankle last month, moving closer toward possibly returning for the Super Bowl.
All right, that's big news.
Jacksonville.
Do I have to keep going?
Yeah.
Do I have to keep going? My traffic people want me.
Hey, why are you going through all those big stories that we gave you?
Because I don't...
You don't want to read them?
Come
Are
on.
they dirty stories or?
Steve typed all these up for you.
I know.
You're not a good newswoman if you don't want to actually read all the stories.
Yeah. How about the program? We got to read some news.
Come on, Jennifer Tilly, let's go.
Yeah.
Jennifer Tilly, no. He's annoying.
It's annoying.
I'm not a news person.
So, listen.
That's all right. You were doing a fine job.
Yeah, we had no problem with the way you did the news.
Yeah.
All right.
You sound like Emily
Who's
Latella.
All right.
She was a news person from years ago.
Yeah.
Gilda Radner.
On
Very good.
NBC.
Yeah, let's do a couple more news stories. Our listeners need to be informed.
Yeah, they need to feel like everything's
Once
okay.
again with the news, here's Dee Dee.
Okay.
Oh my God, what was that?
The
A
snort.
See, if you snort, it's going to make me snort more. Who's snorting?
No,
You are.
No one's snorting.
Okay. In Seattle,
She just said it.
because you did it.
Wait, I didn't do
nothing.
nothing. I didn't do
Somebody
it.
snort. Okay.
All right.
Okay. I
All right, let's get one more story in from Dee Dee.
All right,
Dee Dee with the news, Anthony.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. In Seattle. Stop snorting.
We're not snorting.
In Seattle. What you did?
Come on, stop. We got to get to other things on the program. So,
All right, go ahead.
All right, here's the teletype. Dee Dee with the news.
In Seattle, Microsoft. It is you.
It's not me. I swear.
In Seattle, In Seattle. Oh God! Come on.
All right, you want to start over? I'm sorry. All right.
You're gonna do it again. That's
She knows you.
Somebody's just. You're probably pressing a replay button or something.
Yeah, stop hitting the button.
No, nothing's going on.
Okay.
All right, there's some important news story from Seattle, Anthony.
Yes.
Okay. Microsoft Corporation is formally launching its new internet search engine several months. I can't do it if I hear snorting.
That laugh.
Wow.
You got the laugh snort. It's the best ever.
Sorry,
All
I'm
right.
a traffic person.
No, you're doing very well for
Are
us.
you from Chicago?
Can you tell?
I can absolutely tell,
Yeah.
even through the voice.
Oh, you were behind the counter in planes, trains, and automobiles.
Oh, wow.
No. But,
Can you say this? I'll bury this stapler in your fucking head, Sydney.
I'll bury this stapler in your fucking head, Sydney. What else do you want me to say?
That's great. Bravo.
Wait,
All right,
no.
let her finish the Seattle.
Yeah,
part.
please.
I just was going to say in Seattle. In Seattle, Microsoft. Okay, stop.
Who did that one?
No.
I didn't do that one.
Yeah, guys, cool.
Okay, in Seattle, Microsoft Corporation is formally launching its new internet search engine several months after it debuted in test form.
What?
I don't know. I
What
can't
happened with
do
that
it.
one? What happened with that one, though?
Beginning Tuesday, Microsoft's own search engine will permanently replace the Yahoo search technology that has been used on Microsoft's MSN website.
Oh.
So, all right, well.
I'm
Okay.
sorry, I suck at this. I mean,
Ooh, I like
suck
that.
at this.
Nice.
No, you did very well.
I hope you don't use that potty mouth on
Yeah.
XM Kids.
No, this is why I like this channel. Okay, you little fuckers.
If you're on Route 65, you're up Schitt's Creek.
No, that's why I like your
Without a paddle.
Hey.
Oh, that's great.
That is the best. A laugh snort.
Dee Dee, you rule.
Yep.
Dee Dee definitely rules.
You guys rock.
You like the show?
I like the show.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right. We're going to have you call our program a
That's
lot.
why I'm glad for Christmas they gave us all those
The
Wi-Fis
MiFis?
and it came with your channel.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Nice.
Nice benefit.
Were you depressed in Greece, though, when you, like, dropped out to go to beauty school? Did that kind of depress you?
That's mean.
So she's...
Why are you being so mean to her?
I'm not at all. I'm just saying that she's...
I saw you do that.
She saw you snort, Jimmy.
I just did.
All right.
Apologize.
Oh, wait. All right. Well, was that it with the news? Was there one more story?
No.
I think
There was
she did
one-
a bang-up
No,
job.
it's okay.
You did great.
Yeah, one more story would be
She
really
did fantastic.
No, that's all right.
nice. You did the Michael Jackson, right?
Yeah, Microsoft.
Microsoft. That's wow.
I have to go back to my cities and do traffic and
You
weather.
do? People are
Dom
piling
is gonna
up.
be mad if I don't.
People are piling up. They don't know where the traffic is.
Yeah.
They're freaking out. They need Dee Dee to tell them.
My boss is like, "Where are you going?" I'm like, "Opie and Anthony."
Uh-oh.
Oh, very nice. All right, Dee Dee, everyone.
Thanks, Dee Dee.
Which traffic do you do?
Chicago and Minneapolis.
There you go.
Perfect.
Check it out.
Okay, bye-bye.
When will you
Thank
be
you,
on
Dee
doing the traffic? So maybe our listeners could, go over there for a minute.
I'm on right now.
What
until
channel?
2 o'clock. 2 something?
Is it 219?
What is it? I think 217.
It says.
You know what? I don't even.
You have perfect diction, by the way. You pronunciate every word, pronounce every word very, very well.
Yeah, like our
And
own
you can
Steve.
check me out on XM Kids between 12 and 4 Eastern Standard Time.
Oh, I'll have to listen to that too.
Cricket on shortwave.
Cricket.
On
Cricket.
shortwave.
Let's say thanks to Cricket there. All right, Cricket.
Thank you. Bye.
There
Bye,
she goes,
Dee Dee.
Cricket.
There she goes.
Bye.
Dee Dee.
Yeah.
That is some voice.
Drop something.
No, it's just Jimmy kidding with you. Wow.
Hey, man, got to thank Bruce Kelly from the 80s channel for helping us out with that. Holy yes, who knew?
There goes that search. Over.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
We found her.
We found our news girl.
Dave from Boston, is it wrong that I'm whacking my bag to her voice? Yes. I'd rather hear Dee Dee Ramone. Let's see. Sounds like Peter Brady when it's time to change. And then we're getting Lisa Simpson references.
Oh, yeah, that's the one we missed.
Yeah, a lot of people. Well, I think the listeners hate it just enough for us to keep doing it over and over again.
Line 7, Andy wants to know if we could get a picture. No, you don't want a picture.
You stop.
From,
no.
Sure. Certain sites will have pictures.
All right, Ben, what's coming up on the program?
Gordon Liddy's coming up after this break. We'll take a break, and he'll be on the phone.
All right.
Just like that?
Yeah, he'll be on in a few minutes, yeah. They already called and checked in and everything, so.
All right. Should we break now, or can we get the movie review from Anthony finally?
Why don't we take a break? Do that out of the break, and then Gordon will be on the phone.
All right, yeah, that sounds good. All right.
Never get to
we'll take a break. Hit the promo.
What makes bad kids bad? What makes them do the things they do?
Here it comes.
Live.
Wow. That's right.
From Cracktown, USA.
It's a joke.
Deep in the heart of Washington, D.C. It's the Opie and Anthony Show.
Both drive safely.
Unquote.
Isn't that lovely?
Let's make a party out of it.
The Opie and Anthony Show. XM 202. The Opie and Anthony Show.
Oh, my God, we're back already.
What a long break.
Seems like the faithful listeners are enjoying Dee Dee, Anthony.
Well, they're
Cricket from the Kids Channel.
They're digging her in a in their own special way. It's okay if you whack your bag to Dee Dee. Fast Freddy, Jamaica Station. Can you have her put her hands up to her mouth and go, ooh? Just made a map of Hawaii on the wall. I'm almost there. Get her back. Is it wrong the instant she cursed I got a full straining rod? Is she cute? Have her say donkey sausage. You got to have her in a lot. I keep expecting her to break out into Girls Just Want to Have Fun. She sounds like the girl on the Internet Is for Porn song.
Very good.
They are really digging her voice. A lot of the guys are freaking out.
Well,
they love the voice. You got to keep this chick. God, this girl's voice is so hot.
Give her the job.
Yep.
We'll give her something.
They really like her.
I don't know if she's going to fill the news person role, but she's pretty fun. Dee Dee. It's a snorting laugh. That is the best. That is the best.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Anthony. We're going to talk to G. Gordon Liddy in a few minutes here.
Right. Liddy. What's he up to? He's coming to XM, right?
Yeah, they just signed him, right?
Yeah, he's going to talk. He'll tell you all about it.
Okay, very good. And do we have time to talk about the movie you saw in the hotel room that you really, really enjoyed?
I enjoyed it.
We started this late in the show yesterday.
Yeah, I enjoyed this movie. I watched it on the hotel, movie thing. It was a good movie. I think if I didn't know the end, I would have really enjoyed it. But even not knowing the end as it went on, and I was trying not to like it because other people were saying it was a bad movie. So when certain parts came up and I was laughing, and then I realized, why am I laughing? This is kind of a good movie. It was called The Village. I watched The Village.
Norton's giving you a look. Anthony liked The Village.
Jimmy!
The movie you trashed about a week and a half ago on the program.
I watched The Village, and if I didn't know the end, I probably would have been like, oh my God, this movie is fantastic. But since I knew the end, I was like, what? There's nothing wrong with this movie. It is a good movie. I thought, okay, the acting wasn't all that hot, but the story, how it was presented, I had no problem with it. And then there was one part where Joaquin is doing that thing we've all been goofing on. I hadn't seen the movie, so I too was goofing on the whispering thing, where Jimmy says that he's such a bad actor that instead of being dramatic or intense, he just whispers.
Yeah. Why do I have to whisper? Because I stink.
So I'm laughing when he's whispering. This scene comes up, and he's whispering. I'm like, what a tool. I got my rah-rah, go Jimmy banner in one hand, my Jimmy This Movie Sucks hat on my head, and I'm laughing at everything. And then I'm realizing, wait a minute. He's whispering because he's on a porch, and people are sleeping in the house inside.
I know. I understood the reason for it. I knew why in the scene he was whispering.
Okay.
But I'm talking about when somebody is expressing passion, and the only way they can do it is by doing it like that. It was atrocious.
I didn't see him expressing passion that way. I saw him whispering on the porch, and I saw him whispering when he was trying to put a point across that maybe wasn't going to be accepted around people. And it was kind of like he had to keep it to himself a little bit that he wanted to do certain things. And then he would go into that whisper thing, which I did get a good chuckle.
What was it that he had wanted to do that he didn't want people to know? Finally take an acting class? That when they're sitting on the porch and that cornball dialogue, and she's going, she's going, why can you never speak things that are on your mind? Why must you always speak with things? It was horrendously written. It was even more poorly acted. It was terrible. I wanted to love that movie when I saw it, dude. I wanted to love it. I like him.
I thought because it was a period piece, which it was. Even though,
a big bloody stain on the front of a dress. That's exactly what it was. It stunk like copper and mushrooms.
I didn't see it that way. I saw it as a period piece, which kind of was why the acting, I think, was like that. Why it was presented like that. I don't know if the acting was so bad, or if it was just it's supposed to be kind of 1800s-ish.
It was. But have you ever seen Anthony Hopkins do 1800s? Have you ever seen Gary Oldman do 1800s? They're guys that can act. If you're going to do 1800s, do 1800s. But if you can't do 1800s, there's nothing worse than, why must I go there? It was just terrible.
Okay.
It was terrible.
Didn't you find it a little weird when the blind girl had to go to the village? Or
well,
whatever,
I found that a little...
To the town or whatever it was to get the medicine?
I did find that a little weird, but she did seem to have a certain perception that was above and beyond your normal blind person, and also...
But she wouldn't be the first choice to go heading out into the woods.
It obviously is the first choice, because she was the one that could have gone without seeing things and taking it back and saying, I saw a motor vehicle, I saw these wonderful things. So she obviously was the best person suited to go, because she wouldn't come back with info.
But meanwhile, they're sending a blind chick into the woods because they're all crime victims and they're worried about their families. So what do? Even though you know that there's no monsters, you just send the blind girl aimlessly into the woods somewhere and hope she finds the road and then doesn't realize that there's a car picking her up and then just makes her way back over a fence. It stunk, and he should be gutted for it. Everything, dude, everything.
I didn't find it that bad.
And why didn't one of the guys that knew the whole scam go for the medicine?
Absolutely.
One of the elders?
One of the elders that knew what this whole village was about.
I know why.
That's a good idea. Why?
Because he was too scared?
No, they were just too heartbroken what had happened in the world, so they couldn't bear to face it. So meanwhile, send the blind girl through the woods at 3 o'clock in the morning. She won't trip on anything and catch her neck in a branch. It was terrible.
She had to go because she was in love with the Joaquin.
Yeah.
And she was the one that...
And he had been stabbed by Adrian Brody,
right?
Who should stab himself after winning the Oscar and then performing in that hunk of shit.
Well, him as
the little wacky costumes didn't throw you that actual almost adult teenagers were scared by the wacky costumes. Some douchey elder yelling boogaloo.
Did they actually say boogaloo?
No.
I might have had the sound down.
Had they yelled boogaloo, it would have added more integrity to the monster character.
He's beating you up pretty good, Anthony.
I understand.
He's beating you up pretty good.
I didn't find it that bad.
I didn't mind the movie.
I thought it was kind of he had a little message in there about how today it's better to keep your society in fear of something to keep them in control.
That was not his message. His message was, your first film is always your best, and it's downhill after that. That was his message. I understood he tried to put a message in, but that annoyed me in a way. If a social message is organically inserted into a film and it makes sense, but when it's done, it's too cute or it's too forced, it insults my intelligence, and it makes me very angry.
That makes me very angry. I thought it was not a bad movie at all, and I thought the double twist thing, you thought you had the twist when you realized the elders were the ones that were dressing as the monster, but the twist is that they weren't.
Do we have any acting clips from that?
They weren't.
Maybe now that you've seen it, you can even look at it in context. Any acting clips? We don't have that?
We'll have to go back to the acting clips when we get to New York tomorrow. We do have to go to the phone.
As bad as Jimmy is presenting it as the worst movie ever made.
And that's giving it credit.
Well, we'll continue the discussion tomorrow when we get the acting clips, okay?
All right, we have G. Gordon Liddy.
Yeah, we got to say hi to G. Gordon Liddy. He's on the hotline, Anthony.
Oh, the hotline.
Liddy will be on Extreme Channel 152 starting Monday. That's very cool. G. Gordon Liddy.
How you doing, guys?
What's up? It's Opie and Anthony and Jim Norton. Welcome to XM.
Well, I'm delighted to be aboard.
Very happy to have G. Gordon Liddy, part of the XM family. That's good. A nice guy to have on your team, I think.
Well, yeah, I'm curious as to why they put me on the Extreme Channel.
Really? Yeah. Why is that? You don't use foul language or anything.
No, only when I'm seriously annoyed.
You don't want to get Liddy seriously annoyed either.
No,
What is your show going to be about? What is your show going to be about? Is it because I heard you on broadcast radio, and I used to enjoy listening to your show. What can we expect now?
Nothing different. You don't quarrel with success. But this for me, is the same as it does for you. Being on satellite radio puts you in every market in the country.
Absolutely.
Well, we're doing this because we like to curse.
Well, that's fine. If that's your thing.
He's on a big delay.
I tend to react violently rather than with language.
Yes, Mr. Liddy, I've heard rumor, and I don't know if you've ever confirmed it or not. Have you ever taken a life?
There's no what they call statute of limitations on that. And that big S you see on my forehead does not stand for simple.
Really? So you're not fessing up to having maybe taken a life during some of your covert operations?
I don't fess up to anything at any time under any circumstances. That's foolish.
That's true. The guy did some prison time for Watergate. We all know that. He didn't rat.
What's that?
I say you didn't rat. That was good. I like that.
I was born in Brooklyn, and I know the rules.
You don't rat. That's right.
I have a question, Mr. Liddy, because it's amazing. Like, people have always said to me, my two friends were talking, and I'm sitting there listening, and my one friend, now I don't know enough about Watergate, to be very honest with you, I really don't, but my one friend says, man, after Watergate, everything changed, and my other friend goes, no, man, not everything.
No, I wouldn't say everything changed after Watergate. Things change from time to time. Change is inevitable. But
absolutely.
It's a logical fallacy that goes by the Latin name post hoc ergo propter hoc, which means after the fact, therefore because of the fact. That's a fallacy.
Mm-hmm. I believe that. Absolutely. You see any of your old Watergate buddies?
Most of them are dead, so I don't get to
That's
see.
true.
Yeah.
No, huh?
No.
Hey, where do you stand on the Iraq situation there, Mr. Liddy?
Well, I think it was smart to go in there. The president said that they were going to affect regime change on anybody who was against us or with the terrorists, and he did the same. My son fought all the way from Kuwait to Baghdad, and his outfit found a training camp for terrorists that had facilities for 400 terrorists. They had, 600 terrorists. They had 40 buildings, complete facilities. There was a lot of that going on, and Saddam Hussein was behind it. My son's a lieutenant colonel in the Marine Corps. That son. The other son, commander in the SEALs.
Wow. Yeah, if you got Liddy as G. Gordon Liddy as your father, you better be an overachiever. Because I have a feeling you're probably a rough dad to have.
Well, I suppose so. The last time I parachuted with the Israeli Defense Force parachute regiment, I was 72.
72, he's parachuting him with Israeli.
Wow.
Jesus Christ. You still got your motorcycle?
I have two of them. I've got a Heritage Springer that I keep here on the East Coast. Then I've got a Fat Boy that I have in my home in Arizona. Out in Arizona, I've got the modified Corvette. They only made about, I think they made fewer than 7,000 of them. They were CR1s with the Lotus engine in it. Then I had Lingenfelter Engineering modify it, so it's 520 horsepower, a little over 200 miles an hour. It's a beautiful car.
You still do any? You still get called up to do any jobs for the company?
No, not recently. I haven't done anything.
No, huh? It must
and
be.
If I did, I wouldn't tell you, would I?
No, of course you would.
That's what I was waiting for.
You know, we had the same boss,
You're talking about
Mr. Liddy.
before reading stuff there.
Yeah, we had the same boss, good old Ken Stevens.
Oh, is he? Is he in XM?
Oh no, he's sailing around in his boat.
No, he was our boss when we.
He bought a yacht and what have you, and is sailing around. But when you said the same boss, I thought maybe he was now.
I should have said we used to have. Yeah, I should have said we used to have the same boss. Yeah, he got fired because of us. So.
Well, he isn't doing badly. Now, he was with Mel Karmazin when Mel Karmazin had about 5 or 6 stations, and so Mel paid him in one of those things. Where you buy a share.
Stock options.
Yeah, stock options.
Penny stocks.
So he's got stock options for Viacom. He can buy a share of Viacom for like 50 cents.
Hey, Mr. Liddy, why didn't you ever slip some cyanide into Don and Mike's coffee?
Well, it's the same reason people say, why didn't you shoot John Dean? 9mm.
Well, okay, I'll ask you that, too.
17 cents a round, and he's not worth it.
Were you afraid that Don's breath would ruin the effects of the cyanide?
Oh my God! I don't know how the hell you dealt with that.
Yeah,
guy.
the more popularly known as Old Dumpster Gums and Mike Show. No,
the way I dealt with him is to just intimidate his fat ass. That was all.
Probably who was worse to deal with?
When I first came on, this is going back 13 years or something like that. He was there, and I have it's a freak of nature. I was born with extraordinarily large testicles, and I happened to mention it on the air. And
wait, slow down.
He's having his wife call in to the show to testify as to the size of his balls. It's really hysterical.
But your balls are much bigger, Mr. Liddy.
Well, yeah, I had to have an operation to reduce their size. They grew so large it was very difficult for me to walk.
Wait, how big did they get?
About the size of a small grapefruit.
Stop it.
Now, how much was that operation, and would XM Insurance cover our producer if he needed to have that done?
Yeah, we got a producer that we think has a huge
set of balls.
We're not positive, though, yet. Now, what do they do to reduce the size of your ballies?
A urological operation.
No, I understand. But what's like the procedure? They just scrape
I don't know.
some out? I mean,
they did it, right? They do it under anesthesia.
They just kind of reduce the mass of your testicles, I guess.
Well, that's right, yeah.
Are you more comfortable now, sir?
I'd just be standing there, and it would look like I was aroused and all that kind of stuff. It's very embarrassing.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Who knew?
I had no idea.
Everyone assumed D. Gordon Liddy had a big set of balls, but they literally have it.
You're jumping out of airplanes and your balls are hitting you in the face.
Pretty close to it.
Makes those...
Wow.
That's got to be awkward. People always thinking that you're in that...
All right, the parachute harness really kind of squishes you down there, doesn't it?
Well, as a matter of fact, if you don't get it adjusted correctly, you know, there's some guys that who I know of, the American Airborne, that have actually, you know, lost a testicle by having it crushed, by not having it adjusted properly in the opening shock.
All right. Our producer is laughing so hard he's falling down. He's in the corner. So you had the big, huge grapefruit-sized balls. How was the rest of the junk? Was it proportional?
Proportionate size.
All right.
So you must have a huge hog.
Oh, I don't know. I've got a huge hog. I mean, you mean my Harley Davidson?
Liddy gets the job done. Always has. All right.
Yeah.
Mr. G. Gordon Liddy, we would love to say thank you and welcome you to the XM family with your big balls.
Well, I'm delighted to be in the XM family. And
where can we find your program?
Which channel?
Yeah, it's going to be. Go ahead.
Most of the information about the program and about the switching to satellite and everything is on my website, which is LiddyShow.com. Not to be confused with my calendar website, which is StackedandPacked.com.
StackedandPacked.com is your calendar website?
Yeah, I put out a calendar every year. What we do is, in the spring, we say to all the women who want to be in the calendar, have your boyfriend or your husband or something like that take pictures of you either in the nude or in a bikini or whatever you choose and send it in. And then we get hundreds of pictures in from listener women, and then we select the finalists, and they are sent off to a professional photographer. And we have this calendar. There's two things. They have to, be good-looking women, and they have to have a firearm. What I decided to do I decided to do this, I wanted to do the most politically incorrect thing I could think of. And back when I was a kid, every garage and you'd go into had what I would call a girly calendar. And that is now politically incorrect, and they don't like it. And I said, well, that's fine, but how am I going to really outrage these bastards? So all the women who are in there are holding a firearm. Some of them add insult to injury by being on a Harley Davidson. But my producer is on the cover in the nude, and she's also inside the inside the thing. So it's StackedandPacked.com. You go there and you can read all about it. And if you want to get a calendar, we still have a few left.
We're on the front page with this a very hot blonde with big boobs holding a machine gun, it looks like.
That's lovely. You want to be politically incorrect, though. You should have them in blackface singing the Tsunami song.
There's one thing to be politically incorrect. It's another thing to insult your fellow human beings.
I agree with you, Mr. Liddy.
I have a question for you, because a lot of people have been, about political correctness. This guy I know was saying that he thinks political correctness has made it much harder to be honest in broadcast radio. And I went, do you really think so? And he said, yeah.
I think that's correct. You have to, if you want to be honest in broadcast radio, you do that. But you're going to offend some people, I would suggest. Not necessarily by your language, but by your ideas. Political correctness is not something that is directed toward language. It's directed toward ideas. In a certain sense, it's directed toward language because Americans as a group, this is not a universal, but there's a tremendous amount of Americans have what I would call a national fault, and that is that they tend to turn away from and deny unpleasant reality through the misuse of language. And sometimes it's simply done for purposes of making money. Let's say that I'm one of the environmental wackos, and I want to raise some money. Well, I'm not going to send out a fundraising letter asking you to send in $5 to save a swamp. I'm going to ask you to save a wetland. The suckers will line up to send in money for a wetland, but not for a swamp. Same thing for a jungle. Who wants to save a jungle? Those, messy places that we fought through in Vietnam and World War II and everything. But again, the suckers will line up to save the rainforest. See what I mean?
Right. I got to agree with you there. Yep. I agree with a lot of what Mr. Liddy says.
Yep.
Of course.
All right. Well, Liddy, thanks for calling us. We greatly appreciate it. You're going to be on Extreme Channel 152 starting Monday on XM Satellite Radio.
Okay, is it Extreme Channel because I'm on it, or I'm on it because it's extreme? Which is it?
You're extreme, Mr. Liddy.
Oh, heaven forfend.
All right. We got to get back to this game here, so thank you.
You're welcome.
We'll talk to you again,
You're
okay? All right. Good luck with the new show. It's G. Gordon Liddy, everyone.
Oh, the ball fell right off the table.
All right.
Your questions are hysterical.
I'm trying to get to the meat of the issues.
Of course you are. He said, "Yeah."
Who we got next, Ben? What's on? Who's coming in for the program?
Well, we got Andy Gore out there. We could say hi to him real fast.
I wonder if Andy has collected the leftovers from G. Gordon Liddy's testicle operation. Now that would be a find. What a collector's item!
I'm sure he would want that.
Andy's here. We've got Bob Edwards is going to come in. It looks like in the 9 o'clock hour. That looks good.
Well, let's get Andy in here. I just been handed a note from Martini Steve, and it looks like Andy has brought in something very interesting for the program today, Anthony. Very interesting.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'll say.
Oh.
Holy mackerel.
Hello.
Hi, fella.
Hello.
Wow, wait.
Hi.
And he's got a beautiful a beautiful woman with him today.
Yeah, this is one of my helpers, Katie Ketchup.
Where do you find all these hot helpers? I remember last time you had hot helpers.
I don't know. It's the Charles Manson put some voodoo on me or something.
Gave you the power.
Gave me the power, the wizard.
How'd you guys hook up? How long have you known each other?
I met Andy when I was 19.
19?
Mm-hmm.
How many years ago?
At Richmond Tattoo Convention in 98.
Yeah. And I gave her a pair of thong underwear.
Ooh. Wow, tattoo convention. So I guess you have a few tats. I think I saw a couple on your.
Can we see
arm.
some of the tats?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, see some of the work.
Wow, she's got like pretty much a whole sleeve on her right arm.
She's lovely.
Very nice work. I know it's radio.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
How many piercings do you have? I see the one right there on your. Oh, that's no. Okay, cool.
Oh, that's it. Just.
And what do you do for Andy? Help him leave the house?
I do conventions with him, and around the house I help him fill orders sometimes and.
Yeah.
Put stuff together.
Keeps me in check, organizes me, focuses me on what to do.
He needs that, doesn't he?
Oh, yeah. Yes. I'm all over the map.
All right, well, we heard you brought in something very interesting today.
Yeah, I brought in a bunch of stuff to show. I got... actually, Katie has something for Jim.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, Katie's going to get it. Katie's beautiful.
I'll say.
Yeah,
absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, she's a star. I mean,
are you guys?
No.
Okay.
Not involved in any way, shape, or
no,
form?
Nice.
She has a boyfriend who's a tattoo artist.
Of course.
Well,
there would be nothing going on. She's just there to work for you.
But
right.
So this is a little present that I was digging around through my collection.
She's got like a good 60s thing going.
It's a Hello Kitty vibrator.
Katie. Very nice.
Isn't that fun? Great.
Oh,
what is it?
A Hello Kitty vibrator. I like it.
God, I love the Japanese.
Hello Kitty vibrator.
That's like a little pocket rocket.
Are there
any batteries in it?
I don't know.
Andy, we'll get to you in a second, but this guy only has a few minutes. He came in here with his headphones already on.
Oh, man.
Well, headphones around his... hold on, I got to get you on. I think that works.
Find me in there. How
There
you
you
guys doing? It's great to have you on XM as
Great.
well.
Nice to be here.
This is
DC.
This is Flash Phelps from the 60s channel, Anthony.
Now,
hey, Flash.
Yeah, what we do is with Stacks and Stacks of Wax. We got the pick, click, and once you watch all your goodies, no big goodies. We got the top 1500 of the world of XM Satellite Radio. If you just go over to XM 6, not too far away from 202 if you're just moving. We do everything pretty fast. You know all the states that you're in right now, right?
All of them?
Oh, my gosh. You got it in Maine, New Hampshire, Pennsylvania, Utah, Kansas, California, Arkansas, Louisiana, Minnesota, Indiana, Illinois, South Dakota, New York, and the 2 Virginias, Massachusetts, Idaho, the Carolinas, and Ohio, Connecticut, Maryland, Nevada, Delaware, Rhode Island, Mississippi, and Wisconsin, Vermont, Michigan, Wyoming, Kentucky, Texas, Oregon, Missouri, Florida, Washington, New Mexico, Arizona, Iowa, Oklahoma, Colorado, Montana, Nebraska, Alabama, Georgia, Jersey, Tennessee, Alaska, D.C., and Hawaii. And you guys are being heard in all of them right now.
Wow.
There you go. Welcome to the 60s. We do everything pretty
mouthful.
fast there. I got to tell you a great story that ended up happening when you guys had been PHIRED'd, which is what I always called it as well, because I've been through 17 radio stations. So
yeah, you get fired all the time, right?
Yeah, we can relate to it. I got the guy. They always come in, open the door, and always fire me, but somehow I stay here. Now the deal was, this guy I worked for that didn't fire me back in 1989, he ended up moving to Wilmington, Delaware, and became a big fan of you guys. So when I came to XM, we were trying to get him to be a part of XM, and you got to get an XM. He said, I am not going to get XM unless you get Opie and Anthony. It's like, oh, man, that's going to happen. Come on. It's like, come on, get it. And he told Lee, they're like, I won't get it unless you get Opie and Anthony. So as soon as we found out you guys were coming to XM, emailed him right away. He got it immediately. He's probably listening right now. His name's Kevin Moore, and he's a huge fan of you guys.
Kevin Moore, one more subscription.
Oh, there you go. All because of you guys.
So
we want to thank you.
What was your best firing story?
Oh, my gosh. Best firing story happened in a Montgomery Ward's parking lot. Because the deal was the guy that I was working for was kind of ticked off after the ratings ended up going up even higher than he was. He was the morning guy, and I did nights, and this is in Ocean City. And so I was living in Salisbury, and the guy got egged. Because the deal was I ended up calling and trying to do this whole proposal for a listener to somebody in England. They got all upset. I called long distance. I said, what's wrong with this? I called over to England. It was a great bit. The guy wrote this whole letter, and he wrote, I will not listen to this guy in the morning anymore, which was the program director, because I asked him to play Hotel California, and he said, you play it when you buy your own damn radio station. So because that, and I read it right on the air, so I got fired for doing that, and the general manager came out.
You're outrageous.
The Montgomery parking lot, and they fired me over that.
Whoa, you mean
what other ones
he wrote an email, you actually read that on the air?
I read the whole thing.
Oh, what did you expect? Did you have your bags packed when you read it?
Oh, I was ready for it. I was into it. The first thing I thought is, hey, I think getting fired is pretty good. No wonder I've gone through 17 radio stations.
Let me ask you a question. Like, you do the 60s channel, and a friend of mine, I do want to know this. I'm not on, like, I've never, like, program music. Do you feel, like, because a lot of people say, like, my friends, like, they don't play enough hits on certain stations, and I'm like, well, do you think?
Well, the deal is we try to make sure that they're in there. So when somebody's just going over and punching in, they'll know one every once in a while. But the deal is we want to be able to play. We don't play commercials, so we have to play so many more songs.
Right.
And let's not do what all the quote-unquote oldies stations are doing. Number one, we dropped the word oldies, and if you notice, all our channels between 4 and 9 we know as or the decades.
Yeah.
We took that word out because nobody likes the word old. So that was the first thing to go, is let's make it the decades, and let's play so much more. It's not like you guys don't remember these songs. You remember them all.
Well, draw chips, everybody play on the house. I don't actually remember the 60s songs, but I do like a lot of the 70s stuff and the 60s stuff.
There you go. And it's one of those things, and a lot of the parents are turning their kids onto it as well. I mean, I didn't know the 60s as well until I came in. They said, hey, your style is so 60s. They saw a video air check, and then the video was there like, oh, it's nutty, all the sound effects that are going on, all the days in the parks, and bringing that back. So
do you do the alphabet backwards or something really fast?
Oh, yeah, I sure do. Who wants to race?
I hear you.
Oh, not you want to race?
I'll get stuck at Y.
I hear he's known for this around the XM compound, Anthony.
Okay, you want to race?
Steve can actually do that. That guy Steve, he's embarrassed, but he doesn't really
good. Come on in here. I'll race you.
Come on.
Steve is really good at it.
Yeah, this is the
alphabet
race.
So you want Steve?
My timer in here.
You read that on the air, that email?
Yes, I read the whole thing.
You're insane.
Dude, that's crazy. It's crazy. It's nuts. It's insane.
All right, Steve.
Hey, I saw you in Vegas. You were in Vegas. That's where I've seen you before.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I saw you on TV in Vegas.
I was banging cocktail waitresses.
I saw you at the Paris Hotel. That's where I was. I was
getting a massage.
You were wearing that Opie and Anthony shirt.
On Last Comic Standing, yeah.
Yeah, you were. You were fabulous on there.
Thank you.
All right, so you want Martini Steve to go first?
What are you doing, writing the alphabet down?
You really are dumb, Steve.
Of course I am. All 26 characters.
I got to write the alphabet down if I'm going to read it backwards.
Oh, okay. No, you don't have to do it backwards. You can do it forward.
He was making his bones in radio when you were banging cheerleaders. Good, that's right. And
all right, so what do you want? Let him go first. Could he do it?
Yeah, go ahead. You go.
Wait,
forward.
I have to do the alphabet backwards from memory.
No. You can do it forward as fast as you can, and I'll do it backwards and go faster than you backwards.
Oh,
we'll do it as separate.
So I have to do the alphabet forward. Goddamn, get ready to go. Really make me laugh.
Yeah.
He got fired for reading an email, and I never asked why.
All right, here we go. Steve, go.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z.
Wow.
That was good. That was 5 seconds. Just under 5 seconds.
All right, give me a mark, set, go. I'll do them backwards from Z to A.
Z to A? All right. In 3, 2, 1.
ZYXWVUTS, RQPL, NMLK, JHFDCBA. Oh, sorry. It was a good try. You can come
3
over and play on the
seconds.
60s.
No.
Oh, man.
And none of us know if you actually did it right or not. We just
Sounds pretty good.
Z Garble A. Done.
That's how you have to do it. The weird things I did in school, just constantly learning.
What
how
other
to
crazy
do
weird things did you do in school?
Oh, gotcha. I don't know. Did I get kicked out at all? Do you guys get kicked out?
Oh,
you guys ever get? Did you really? Were you always the bad boys in school as well?
Always.
Really?
Yeah, they got chased out in New York by Bottini and the other families.
Oh, yeah. Really? There you go. Okay, bring us some nuttiness over
I think
here.
they pumped laughing gas into this freaking place.
That's terrific. That's terrific. Oh, it was great. I know I have to go run back to my show.
Oh, you
but,
really?
you guys are fabulous.
Run.
You really have to leave?
Yeah, I really should be on the air. I do this whole thing called CQ USA where we talk to the entire country minutes away.
What else have you been fired for? Could you give us one more fire? Because that one was like kind of nuts.
Oh, okay. You want another?
Yeah. Nothing that crazy, but.
Let me see. The first firing was 18 years old. I ended up pulling needles across the records in the studio until the boss ended up coming in and firing me. Because I would start playing because it was country.
Why are you such a rebel? I don't understand.
I wanted to kind of get fired. I thought it was the funniest thing. I was there like, wow, you're not in radio. Somebody told me you have not been in radio until you've been fired 3 times.
So you figured you just scratch
I
the
just do
record
it, and so then after 17 times, I thought, okay, that's about it. Maybe I can try to hold it.
Yeah, you better try to calm down now.
Yeah.
And keep the job.
But the ironic thing is, though, you get fired for that, and then all of a sudden these kids now do that with the records, and they make $1 million.
Right? That's exactly what they do. We do that on the 60s. One thing that we do, we'll take 1.3 seconds. I don't know if you're familiar with the 45, but when you drop a needle on the record, it takes 1.3 seconds for it to revolve one time at 45 RPMs.
That's fascinating.
If you take it and you region the whole thing out and hit copy, paste, now you have a skipping record, as long as you put the noise behind it, and we'll do it on the 60s channel. So records skip on the air for us every once in a while. Somebody will ask for something, and it'll start skipping.
Flash Phelps, before you leave, give us one good 60s rap. Something we would hear on the 60s channel.
Oh, okay, here we go. All right, we're doing it with the PHAB, PHUR, PHIX. That's a Fab 4 Fix with PHLAS, PHL, PHNY, PHR, and PHRMXM. That's a Flash Funny Farm from XM, doing it on 202 as well. Got Opie and Anthony doing it for you from the Funny Farm and the amazing 60s on 6 as well.
Wow.
Something that would be going on. You like it? Okay.
Nice.
All right,
Phelps, everyone, on the 60s channel. He has to start his show.
I got to go run over there.
Thank you.
All right, it was great being on with you guys.
Always running.
Always we can say the same.
High energy.
Wow.
There you go. Hopefully you're awake now.
You should just have a mirror with Coke on it, like strapped to your chest.
All right.
There goes Flash.
There goes Flash.
Flash is good.
Oh, God.
Hey.
God help.
One extreme to the other.
Z. What happened?
Y. X. That's as good as it gets, folks. Sorry. Okay?
The Mad Mexican.
Mad Mexican's back.
Mad
with
Mexican.
Chicago mug.
He's got a Chicago mug now.
For the group.
Hold on. We didn't know this when we were talking to you yesterday. We know you have a dog named Chicago, but I thought you named the dog after the band because you were really into the band, but that's not true, right?
Yeah, it's the band. Yeah, I named him after the band.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Sure, of course, and the band is aware of it. The band knows about it.
All right, so you got your Chicago coffee mug, you got your Chicago T-shirt, and a Chicago hat.
Today I'm wearing a Big Daddy shirt.
A Big Daddy shirt.
Living large, folks.
Oh, living large.
You have jelly beans outside your...
Yeah, I do. I got jelly beans out there. I'm providing a public service. Okay, people can come
You
in
just
and
want
eat a
the
3 o'clock
women
sugar
around
rush.
here. You just want the women around here to talk to you, don't you?
There's nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong
why
with
do you
that.
think I got the dog? He's a chick magnet.
Opie, the instant feedback. People just loving the XM employees that are coming in. I'm reading instant feedback. That is just fantastic here today.
I'm so bummed we can't broadcast here from a full-time basis, Anthony.
Tell the FedEx Fast Talker guy to return to obscurity. How fast can he say, I'm a douchebag? These people are brutal. Oh, stick a screwdriver in the base of this guy's skull.
I thought he'd never shut the fuck up.
Oh, my God. People are
Boy, you guys are hostile out here.
No, these are the listeners.
This is the listeners.
It isn't the listeners. Can you please put G. Gordon Liddy's balls in this guy's mouth?
Yikes!
And Chief from New York says, this guy sucks, bring back Mad Mexican. And now I'm sure we're going to get a complaint.
You're Mad Mexican
Another complaint.
Folks, I got to go to my show.
All
Have
right.
yourself a good day. I got to get
Why?
ready.
You start at 9 o'clock. What are you getting ready?
9 o'clock. I got to get the show ready. I got to go in there and have them switch things over. Oh, it's a
We're going to
long-
listen to your first break, so make sure you mention us again.
I certainly will.
Because we
I'll
had fun with
mention you
that.
guys first break.
We had fun with that yesterday.
Okay, well, I'll mention you guys on the first break.
So are you getting laid with the dog and the jelly beans? Getting some
Nobody's
action?
asked me for the money back. They haven't asked for a refund or anything. So they haven't. So Jim's going, what the hell is he talking about?
No, I'm not. Jim knows all about prostitutes.
No, I'm not.
You guys can double date after the show if you want.
I wouldn't mind pulling a train with the Mad Mexican. I would actually really enjoy that.
I like girls. Thank you, Jim.
Well, I didn't mean just me and you. I meant with a. I meant with a
I like
chick
girls,
buffer.
strictly women.
He's talking about a chick buffer.
Yeah,
chick buffer.
I meant you on one end, me on the other, and some victim in between us.
That's what it would be. It would be a victim.
Some no dignity snatch.
Yeah. Every time she goes to yell,
somebody that'll lower their standards considerably.
Hey, how do you wake up
Try
so...
to yell help with jelly beans stuffed in your mouth, sweetheart.
How do you wake up so happy, Mad Mexican?
Caffeine, a lot of well, I got a plate in my head, so between the plate and the caffeine.
Do you really have a plate?
Yeah.
How did that happen?
It's a long story.
What happened?
Air Force kind of thing.
We got time for that, though.
No, but
Was it? Oh, it was in the Air Force?
Yes, it was in the Air Force.
Yeah, you were in the Air Force.
Sure.
Was it working on a plane?
No, I was stuck in the middle of nowhere in Alaska,
Alaska.
I thought G. Gordon Liddy's balls hit you in the head.
Wait, anybody that's over there in Spearmont? No, what happened was I got hit with a bat. We were out there playing.
These XM employees
the
don't listen to
Midnight
anybody,
Sun
do they?
softball game.
Midnight Sun
softball game. Right, we were. It was a midnight. Sun's out. We're playing softball. And whack!
You're like a Mexican baby seal.
Oh yeah,
getting hit over the head with a bat.
Oh, you ought to see me at airport.
Why'd the guy hit you? Did he want candy to fall out of your head?
Well, it was a piñata. Yeah, that's basically what it was.
And they had to put a plate in your head.
Yeah, wow. And then I'm on medication and the caffeine, so that's kind of
that kind of wakes you up. I hear you.
All right, you want to give us a little Spanglish before you leave?
Oh, sí, cómo no. Oh, by the way, están escuchando a Opie and Anthony. All right. XM 202. Alto voltaje. High voltage.
High voltage. Thank you.
Nice.
There he goes.
See you, buddy.
Hasta luego.
Hey, tell them not to be too hostile to me.
Vamos.
We like you.
Hey,
vamos.
Huevos rancheros.
Huevos rancheros.
Oh, dude.
There goes the Mad Mexican. Holy yes. I'm exhausted listening to these guys.
Could you imagine working here on a daily basis? 106 years young on the... The Smuckers with a name like mine. 100-year-old birthday thing they do on the news, I guess.
Is that what this is?
Who does this gimmick?
I thought this was the people that should be kicked down the stairs segment of the show.
Oh, Sadie. What's her name? Seti?
Seti Terlou.
Look at these romantic names.
Yeah.
Seti and Bertha.
Yeah.
Oh,
all right.
Translucent skin. You could see her blood pumping.
Those rotten sock stockings that just make you want to smash her.
Oh, Sister Alice Agnes Menard.
Sounds like a barrel of laughs.
Did nothing as little boys are being molested at the church.
Yeah, just prayed for their naughtiness.
What a collection of nuts at this place.
They're all retarded.
That makes sense, though.
They're all retarded
now
around
it makes
here.
Complete sense.
A lot of odd-looking people, too. Opie and I noticed walking around the complex yesterday. Ben said a lot of hot chicks work at XM, and apparently they all work on a floor that's not this one, because there's a lot of strange-looking fellows walking around. I didn't see hardly any girls. It was all men, and they were weirdos. Yeah.
Wow. All right.
I had a good joke, too. Remember my joke yesterday? It was very good.
What was your joke?
I had a doozy.
What was it?
I don't remember.
Oh, okay. Are we going to try out any other news people today? I don't remember. We got to try out one more news person. Who else wants in?
Oh, we should have got that fast-talking psychopath to do it. All right.
Guy.
This 30 seconds of news sponsored by...
We got to find one more news person.
We're going to get one of the Hank's Place guys to come down. So the Hank's Place guys, they could be great.
Kilroy?
Is it, yeah.
Hightower.
Is it Hightower or Kilroy? One of the two. Hightower.
Hightower's coming down from Hank's Place?
Nutty guys over there.
Is he going to bring us his guns?
How funny is Liddy's calendar?
That's pretty cool, actually.
Not at all.
I know.
Yeah.
I said
his elephantitis of the testicles.
That was great.
Big bulging humiliation. Kicked off schoolyards.
There was a horrible delay in that whole conversation, though. That really messed up that whole interview.
Really difficult to.
All right, why don't we step aside? Andy Gore in studio. He brought a couple other things he wants to show us today, Anthony.
Yeah.
And is Bob Edwards coming in today after all?
Sometime in the 9 o'clock hour, it looks like.
He's going to say hi.
And then also we have a friend of mine that I went to college with, Matt the Cat, who does the 50s channel here. He's on XM. He's another one. And then we've got the Jib Jab guys and a Sports Illustrated girl as well.
Oh, we have another one of those girls today?
You got Matt the Cat?
Yeah. Well, look at that, huh?
Wow. Look at us being all special today.
Sports Illustrated. Could we just stop with the guests already?
They're good.
Just give it up? Can we just give up?
Anthony, I want to know why she was kicked off. What went wrong?
Even trying with the guests, can we just give up?
I'm going to play a little something from here, and then we'll go to break. So take a listen.
Oh, my God. I feel so good. Oh, yeah. Oh, slow down. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Who's your daddy? Who's your daddy? Oh, my God. Oh, yeah. Play with my balls. Play with my balls. Oh, that feels so good. Yeah, just roll them around in a circle. Oh, my God. I love it when you... Uh-oh, slow down. Don't move. I'll go get you a towel.
Our duties do Our duties do have destructive power.
If you think it stinks now, you should have seen it a month ago.
The Opie and Anthony Show. Live from Washington, D.C. Opie and Anthony Show. XM 202.
Where did Andy go? All right. Andy Gore came back today, Anthony.
Yes.
And he brought some cool stuff for us. We're going to try out another news person, because Elo wants some kind of news person on our program.
Yeah.
So we'll have some kind of tryout thing. And we'll continue it when we get back to New York. Have you guys checked out the Michael Jackson stuff yet?
Mm-mm.
Oh, the trial coming up. I guess they're picking jurors, picking potential jurors. A lot of people, I think, would love to be on this jury, especially people that get picked for jury duty. This is a money-making opportunity, is what this is.
Yeah, but a lot of people are already trying to get out of it.
Yeah, if you know what it is, you're going to need 6 months to do nothing. And not many people can do that.
Most people are saying 6 months would ruin them financially.
Yeah, very hard to do something for 6 months. But if you do this for 6 months, you can get out, write a book, and make a lot of money. A lot of these jurors do that.
But I don't understand. There's so much money that is spent on these trials.
Yeah.
And then you expect someone to take 6 months out of their life. They should be paying your salary for the 6 months.
Absolutely.
They pay you a little something for jury duty, don't they?
But I'm just saying, in these high-profile cases, it's insane.
Yeah.
They really should give you your salary.
Because you're going to be there forever.
And, you know, you would definitely take it a bit more seriously. And you would get some, quality jurors. I went to jury duty over the summer, and everyone tries to get out of it. The only people that do not try to get out of jury duty are the people that have nothing better to do in their lives.
People
and
that
they're
have nothing
bored.
to do.
They're bored, and they're like, yeah, all right, what the hell?
Yeah.
You know? You're not getting the quality jurors stepping up and saying, well, you know, I'm going to leave my job on Wall Street so I can be a juror in the Michael Jackson case.
You're getting lowlives, dirtbags, and kooks.
Here's a sampling of what some of the jurors said to get out of jury duty, Anthony, so far.
On the Michael Jackson trial?
Yeah, I'm a chiropractor, and if I don't see patients, I don't get paid.
There you go.
Another one said, I'm a rancher with 36 animals and 14 babies on the way. Another person said, I live 60 miles away. I can't afford the gas.
There you go.
I'm a counselor in school, and my kids and their parents need me.
Kids.
My mother is 98 years old, and I cook and clean for her every day. These are some of the excuses they have used so far.
Excuse.
I just can't do it. Child support and 2 children. My boss would fire me. And this guy's classic. Or it might be a girl, I don't know. I broke my ankle. I'm just starting a new job. I'm like broke.
There was someone else who was on house arrest and had the ankle bracelet on at the courthouse. So you're out of your house, probably going to get arrested now because they showed up for the jury duty. But obviously they wouldn't have taken somebody who's on house arrest.
Yeah, that's a dope. And then we were listening to some commentary on CNN on the way in today. Oh. And what did she say? The lady's like, yeah, I'd like to be on the Michael Jackson jury because I think it would be fascinating.
I think it would be fascinating. Fascinating.
And that's all she said.
Be a big, long, boring thing. You can just the best thing is to just read it in the papers and watch it on the news because they will clip out all the fun parts that we want to hear.
Do you think he's going to testify or no?
I don't know.
Probably not.
The star power might help, though.
I don't know. That's usually a bad idea for defendants. Although it would seem like, great, you get up there and give him your story, but he is such a freakazoid. It would just be really odd to see him up there. The jurors would just be... How are they going to listen to any testimony when you're just staring at this freak over on the defendant's table?
Then again, he had a documentary, the Martin Bashir documentary. Well, he wasn't being questioned by a prosecutor, and he fell apart during that. When the kid admitted that, we sleep in the same bed, then you see this creep trying to do damage control. It's normal.
It's normal.
Not your opaque nose.
Hey, where's our legal expert?
Do we have one?
Oh, we were in Elo's office yesterday after the show doing some meetings and trying to figure out how to bring the whole show to the next level, and he wants a lot of different experts.
He said we should have experts. Like if we're talking about movies, when we were talking about The Village before, we should have had an expert, because we're not experts, Jim. We can't probably give a real expert opinion on movie.
That's not true. I'm an expert at awful acting. I've done it, and I've worked with Voss. Nobody is more qualified to talk about shitty acting than I am.
Hey, we got the Michael Jackson video message. That was
put on his website.
Yeah, it was released yesterday, right?
Yeah, he put this out in defense of all the leaks and all the information that's been leaking out. Because you haven't really heard his side, Opie. All you've heard is this horrible stuff about fingerprints being on kiddie porn magazines, fingerprints of him, fingerprints of the accused, the accuser, the child. So that's pretty dicey stuff. So he figured, I'll make a video. I'll put it up on my website. He got permission from the judge, and I guess he's explaining some things. I haven't heard this. Does he explain anything?
I'm not sure.
Is he making excuses, or is he just...
Let's listen to it together.
Is it a music video? Is there music behind it? Does he dance?
Nothing.
Does he moonwalk?
It's just a quick statement from his website.
In the last few weeks, a large amount of ugly, malicious information has been released into the media about me. Apparently... this information was leaked through transcripts in a grand jury proceeding, where neither my lawyers nor I ever appeared. The information is disgusting and false. Years ago, I allowed a family to visit and spend some time at Neverland. Neverland is my home. I allowed this family into my home because they told me their son was ill with cancer and needed my help. Through the years, I have helped thousands of children who are ill or in distress. These events have caused a nightmare for my family, my children, and me. I never intend to place myself in so vulnerable a position ever again. I love my community, and I have great faith in our justice system. Please keep an open mind and let me have my day in court. I deserve a fair trial like every other American citizen. I will be acquitted and vindicated when the truth is told. Thank you.
When the truth is told?
Like every other American citizen, every other American citizen who has $20 million to throw at another young lad who claimed that they were sodomized and fondled. Right. Stupid.
Horrible, terrible allegations.
Terrible.
There was nothing there. There was no excuses made. He said that they're all lies. What? They're more planting of evidence? Was Furman there to put the fingerprints on the magazines with the kids? Was he strewed pornography all over his house and booze and gave booze to kids? Jesus juice, as the kids say he called it. Maybe you shouldn't have a bunch of kids over your house if you have pornography laying all around it.
Absolutely.
I don't.
Or at least pick one that's not a tattletale.
Yeah, and he's got a lot of money, and he's going to be using a lot of it to try to get out of this. But, boy, this is a touchy one. I don't know. What do you think? From what's leaked out,
he's in trouble.
Yeah, it doesn't look good at all, huh?
This isn't just some kid saying he's going to turn him in, giving the kids' parents a lot of money. They go away.
They said they're going to just start with the documentary. They're going to sit the jury and then, well, this is where we begin.
Watch that, because that is
the whole documentary to begin with.
He's talking how fine it is to just lay down and sleep with children in the same bed.
That's not loving, and I'm tired of the Peter Pan image.
No.
I've never been accused of pedophilia. You know why? Because I hate kids and I'm never around them. Stop putting yourself in that position, stupid.
Yeah.
If you didn't have this desire to be next to them and cuddled up, you little creep, why would you, after 93, why would you ever do that again?
Because he can't stop.
Of course he can't.
He can't help it. He's a pedophile. He's a predator. And yeah, thousands of kids have come to Neverland for help. He gets the pick of the litter. You know, I don't think he molests them all. So sure, there are parents that say, "Yeah, I took my kid there. He never touched him." Because you have an ugly kid, probably.
Yeah.
He likes the little tussle head ones. Little mad Mexican kids. The ones he likes.
No, he would like the svelte Mo Green guy better because he was slender. He had more of a swimmer's build that I'm sure Michael would enjoy.
Until you said the first Mo Green line, I didn't pick up on it. And it was like, oh my God, the 60s guy looks like Mo Green.
Yeah, without a doubt. Well, we'll see. You know, obviously.
Draw shit for everybody. Hi, Mike.
The Michael Jackson thing is going to give us a lot of fun radio.
You don't play 60s music. I play 60s music.
Oh, the records will kick your tongue out.
I'm thinking the guy doesn't do the alphabet backwards.
You think it is A gibberish?
Yeah.
Z gibberish. A. I couldn't even do it right.
Z.
Z.
A.
All right, let's get to Andy Gore, you guys.
Yes.
Steve sent me a note here.
What's the notes?
Martini Steve back in the studio.
Yeah.
What did you notice?
Andy mentioned yesterday that he has the OCD, and I wouldn't doubt that, but it's weird intermittent OCD. I had to get him out of the bathroom before, and after he washed his hands, he opened the bathroom door with a towel cupped in his hand.
I do that.
Me too.
But then he walked into this room 5 feet away, which probably is, it's entirely possible someone came out of the bathroom without washing their hands and could have touched this door, and he opened it with his bare hands.
That means he's not a complete kook.
Yeah, I mean, but it's crazy.
I do that too, though. I'll use a paper towel on the bathroom door.
Right. The door is not associated.
Wait. Jump on mic. We can't hear you.
The bathroom door is associated with the bathroom.
Right.
And that's why it grosses him out. But this door isn't associated with the bathroom, so it's like it doesn't register as gross when he's opening the door.
That isn't crazy that isn't even remotely weird to me.
No.
If I'm leaving the bathroom door itself, yeah, I'll take a paper towel, open the door, hold it with my foot, throw it in the garbage, and then walk out. But then the next door that I'm going in, then it would be a little weird if you took another paper towel and opened up that door. You got to draw the line somewhere.
When I was really bad with it, when I was in the hospital with it, I was used my feet to open doors.
Like a monkey walking around.
Total monkey.
Yeah.
Speaking of your hands, they're looking awfully red today. What happened? You really had to wash them good today?
No, they're permanently like this because when they were so shredded when I was a kid.
From washing all the time?
They're just permanently discolored.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you brought in some cool stuff today.
Yeah, I brought just kind of a little.
You get anything for Anthony? I think he was feeling left out yesterday.
No, I'm fine.
Remember you were saying at dinner though, like how come the guy doesn't like me? It was like we know he likes you, dude. It's not a big deal.
I was saying that at dinner.
Yeah,
sure I was.
We were eating at a steak place called It Should Have Been Morton's.
It's a pair of Charles Manson thongs for you.
Wait, did Charles Manson have these on?
No, they're brand new.
Okay.
They're brand new.
Here, Anthony, here's a Charles Manson.
What is it, Charlie Manson's face or something?
Yeah, right.
Oh, that's cute.
That's
right where the cooch would go.
That's nice.
I like that.
All right, Charles Manson.
Big thongs fan.
Wouldn't that be good if the old Manson girls wore this? Like to court, they could walk in and, yeah.
I think I don't know, man. With the Manson girls, I think they were a bit, obsessive.
You think?
Just a tad.
Carving the X's in their head.
They're way into
it. Shaving their heads. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, whoa, what are you guys doing?
Maybe see other people too.
Absolutely.
Why not? Don't put all your eggs in one basket like that.
Not saying you
girls.
can't crawl in front of the court on your hands and knees and try to shoot the president for it. That's fine, but leave your options open.
Look for there are plenty of other fish in the sea, Squeaky.
All right.
Yeah, it's funny. I've written to most of the girls, and they've all either found God or totally renounced Manson. They won't write anything about Charlie.
Really?
And so you have to tailor-make your letter to whoever you're writing it to get a response. Like Susan Atkins, who was Sexy Sadie, the one that held Sharon Tate while Tex stabbed her. I wrote her, it's like, I'm confused between heaven and hell. You've been through both ends of the spectrum, so something to pique her interest. And I got a bunch of letters from her.
Really?
Yeah, and I'm just doing it just to get her autograph, basically.
Well,
I wanted to, I wanted to know all about the Spahn Ranch, and the murders. What's not to know about those?
Everything's pretty much known about those.
But the Spahn Ranch and all the role playing and sex and the acid trips.
Just one big drug orgy, right?
If it wasn't for the murders, it sounds like it would have been kind of cool.
It sounds great. Yeah, I mean,
big party going on.
That's what screwed it all up. It's the paranoia.
Damn.
Yeah, I got one of the Manson girls in neon that hangs above my bed. You've seen it, Opie.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the big Weish neon.
Really?
Yeah. The backlit X.
You ever get anything from Squeaky?
Secondhand.
Yeah?
Secondhand. I've written her a couple times, and she hasn't written back.
It must be odd, though, to be so young when that happened and just be like dopey, drugged-out chicks, and then all of a sudden you're in your 50s and 60s, you're still in jail, and you're a completely different person. They could probably open the doors, let them out, and they would never do anything again, but because they're just completely different people.
Yeah, but they're just got this stigma.
And they should have to pay for what they did. It's not like just because you won't do anything, they should let you out. They murdered some people, and they should pay for it.
Horribly too. That was a brutal crime.
Yeah, but it's just odd that you are a completely different person who probably wouldn't hurt a fly if you get out. But you got to deal with that and live with it the rest of your life.
And you got some stuff from the house, right?
Yeah,
before they knocked it down.
Yeah, I got a call from one of the guys in Nine Inch Nails. This was back in I think '92 or '93. And they'd heard about me just by being a freak. And they knew I wanted to come up to the house. And so they gave me a call, and I flew out to California and did the whole Helter Skelter trip. And went through the whole house and got the whole thing on video. It was creepy as hell, man.
Wait, how did they get in the house?
They rented it, and that's where Trent, in the room where all the murders took place, where Sharon Tate murder took place, they had a whole recording studio.
Jeez.
And Tori Amos recorded in there. It was called Pig Studios.
Wow, that's a little weird.
Yeah, and it was creepy really creepy. And I don't get creeped out easily.
Decided to build a studio there. And why wasn't there some outrage, or was there?
There wasn't any. No, it's just really secluded. It's a small little ranch house. You'd think it'd be really big and spacious. It was really small, and yeah, it was weird up there. And the original door where the pig was written in Sharon Tate's blood, of course, that was washed off.
Was there any telltale things laying around that had to do with the murder?
Nah, I mean the bushes were trimmed the same, and then I had to take it to the next level and put all my Charles Manson shirts going up to the doorway and get all these pictures taken of me holding buck knives and stuff like a fool.
It would have been cool if they only recorded happy songs in there too, like "To Do Run Run Run" and "Don't Worry, Be Happy."
Right.
That's awful.
You could definitely see Nine Inch Nails though saying, "Yeah, this would be a cool place."
And then they finally knocked the house down, right?
Yeah. Why? It was some kind of zoning thing. If a property wasn't rebuilt by a certain year, the house had to remain as is. So it was either leave it as it was, which was just kind of hard to rent. It was like $11,000 a month. It was expensive.
You would think in L.A. someone would always be up for renting that house
or buy it.
Yeah. I mean, I would have, if I was loaded, I would have bought the thing. Just the view itself was worth the money, but
right.
But it was creepy. I mean, it was creepy.
I thought you had a piece of the house though when they knocked it down.
Oh yeah, I got They let me take pretty much anything I wanted. I got a big chunk of the floor where Sharon Tate laid.
Ooh.
And I got the drainage grate where Abigail Folger, she was the heiress to the Folger's coffee fortune.
Yeah.
And every picture you see of her when she's dead, she's on this little 1 foot by 1 foot drainage grate. And I said, hey, I asked Chris Verena, who was a drummer at the time, I said, hey, can I have that drainage grate out there? He's like, yeah, go ahead and take it. So it's all me on video taking it out of the ground. And
You've got the grate that's in all those pictures.
And it must weigh like 40 pounds. And her nickname was Gibby, so I call it Gibby's Grate. And I go back home and I mount it up on little Folgers coffee crystals, little coffee jars, and I had a little crime scene picture of it.
You are twisted,
man.
man.
Totally.
Dude, did you ever have it DNA tested, or did you ever have like a black light put over it to see if there's any blood remnants on it?
No.
being out like that. And
yeah, I mean, it's all...
Yeah.
Well, how about on the piece that Tate laid on? You might be able to.
Maybe.
I think they'd redid the whole floor. I think it was all tore up and
wow.
But I have a whole bunch of the house and the whole thing on video and us just acting like fools but it was weird though. I mean, I was visibly like whoa, maybe this isn't so funny.
Yeah.
It kind of gave me it was a reality check, Then we went to Sharon Tate's grave and
because I think it's hysterical until I go to the place.
I mean, not hysterical, but it was just making light of it.
Right.
It was just such a weird story. It was kind of hard to believe when you're up there. You're like, whoa, man. I mean, this really went down.
I'm sure me and Jimmy would feel the same way if we went fishing with Scott Peterson. All of a sudden it would be like, hey, maybe the jokes should, stop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that is crazy, man.
Did you take any pictures?
Oh, I got
at the same angle as the crime scene photos and stuff like that?
Oh, yeah. I was wearing the Sharon Tate maternity shirt I made.
Stop it. And you were...
with the simulated stab wounds.
Oh.
And with the pillow up the shirt and lying down in the same position. I'll bring in the photos.
Hold on one sec.
Martes. Oh boy, primer día de febrero. Esta hora viene música del sabor de la caña. Crooked Stilo y David Lee Garza y los musicales. Right now, O&A, Opie and Anthony nos están escuchando en XM Canal 202, XM 202 High Voltage, along with el famoso stand-up comedian Jim Norton. Hey, Norton! I thought I'd throw that in. El sabor de la caña gets the show rolling. Vámonos, Besio.
Wow. Pat from Tijuana.
That idiota, not this idiota, vieron mano, eh? On XM 92. Águila. Quería.
Ahora sé, ahora te...
I knew someone would bring this up. Tug from whackbag.com. Why does Opie know what's hanging over this guy's bed?
Oh,
no.
I went to Andy Gore's place with a chick. Relax. Got the whole tour. You got to... Oh, whatever.
I want to take that tour. I really want to do that.
Yeah, well, you're more than welcome to.
Next time we're in Washington, go to his place. You'll be blown away.
We'll be in a month.
Absolutely blown away.
Now people are going to go, you were in his bedroom and blown?
Yeah, exactly. Not everything has to go back to some homo thing, you asswipe.
That's right. This one happens to, but a lot of things don't have to.
Everything is turning into a homo joke or a Javalog joke. We get it.
For guys, though. That's what guys do. Guys are idiots.
Oh, my God, Rev. Shut up.
What?
We've read every single instant feedback from you. What good... let's see what good radio this is. Hey, Andy, you know Rev from Rue Morgue magazine?
Yeah.
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 There you go. He knows you. Wow. What? The guy has emailed so many instant feedbacks in. This guy Rev from Whackbag. Tell him I know him and I know what. Yeah. Okay.
Whoa,
and
wait, Anthony, you said whoa. This is weird. There's a guy on instant feedback who actually knows Andy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a magazine out in Canada. A great horror magazine.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, how about that?
Hey, Rev.
He knows him.
Rev?
Now stop your instant feedbacks.
I don't know. I'd like to hear who else he knows. Maybe you could instant feedback some other people you know. Or just email whoever you know to ben.sparks@xmradio.com. Maybe a list of people that you know or people that Ben's bold remind you of.
All right. Well, Andy, you got some other things, right?
Yeah, I got I guess we'll just shoot with the big one first. This is the Connor baby.
Oh, I remember this.
Yeah.
A mummified baby, right?
Yeah. This is one where the formaldehyde actually evaporated over the years.
So this used to be a pickled punk in the liquid, and the liquid's now gone, and you now have the little fella mummified.
Fella, mummified is beautiful.
In a jar.
Yeah, I can see it from here. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
The head is so big, I could just picture glasses and messy hair on top of it.
That's a really, really tiny skeleton.
Yeah, and you can see the veins and everything.
Oh, don't drop it.
I'm sorry. What's your name again?
Me.
Katie.
Katie, what do you think about things like that?
I think it's pretty interesting.
Yeah, interesting is one way.
This
to put
is definitely interesting.
He's pretty perfectly preserved, his little ears and everything.
It doesn't freak you out, some of that stuff at his house?
No.
No.
Yeah.
The little fella's legs look like overcooked chicken wings.
Yeah. It's baby jerky in a jar is what it is.
The skin is mummified, still kind of on it. And you could see, some muscles.
What was wrong with him? He's got a big head or something?
No, I have no idea.
Yeah?
No idea.
Tried to jump up the 59th Street Bridge, only went 30 feet. They found his little body, little ears that couldn't hold the MiFi headphones.
That was kind of a showstopper right there, Andy.
Yeah, it's funny how people react to this stuff.
Yeah.
Like, some people are really like...
See, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I don't mind that as much as what you gave me.
Like the fleshy.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, when it gets too fleshy, it's a little...
And also, the one I gave you is missing a foot.
It is?
Yeah.
What happened to that?
No idea. Probably got caught on the hanger.
What else do you have?
Do you want to kill anyone?
No, not at all.
Oh, I'm just curious.
Nah.
Just because of the whole serial killer thing.
Nah, you know what?
Charles Manson. There's an obsession there, and I'm wondering how far.
No, the obsession.
You go with it in your head, like.
Nowhere.
No.
I stuff I like. I like just something weird and different. The serial killer thing I got kind of pegged into because I was the first guy, well, not the first guy, but one of the first guys to start making like the Manson shirts. It's kind of a goof, and it really took off, and that was kind of like a payday. And then I got kind of pegged as serial killer guy.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, hey, I'll take the ball and run with it. But the money I make off that stuff, I'll go and buy an old Sideshow banner, stuff that I love. They're tattooed all over my arms.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah, but the problem is nobody wants to buy, a Johnny Eck Freaks T-shirt.
Right.
They want to buy a, Charlie Says Fuck You and picture Manson on it. So
yeah.
You do what you got to do.
Right on.
Yeah.
What else you got? It's like show and tell, Anthony.
I know.
Show and tell. We have another, our third news guy is warming up in the bullpen.
Oh, good.
We're going to have one more news guy.
Hey, Andy Tudor from London, England checking in. Hey, my name's Andy, too.
Hey, Andy.
Ooh. So he's checking in with that. He's got the same name as you.
Wow.
Cool.
Andy.
There we go.
Very good. What a great instant feedback that is.
Yeah.
I got a lot of email from the show yesterday at home.
Yeah?
Yeah, from one of the guys from the Gigi's band wrote me.
Really?
Yeah.
He was listening?
Yeah, he was from the Jabbers.
Okay.
I think his name was Chris. Very cool guy, and he also knew Johnny Ramone too. So.
Yeah, someone wants to know if you have anything from the Wonderland murders.
No.
No. Okay.
Carlos from Metuchen is saying, Anthony, at your last celebrity softball game in Newark, I got my girlfriend to show you her cans. I also called out to little Jimmy at right field and told him he stinks. Remember?
Yeah, that was the guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, he yelled,
He's
"You stink."
checking in now.
I was in right field.
Checking in.
It's funny, I was just talking about him. I was kind of hoping he'd check in. Thanks for
Thank God.
Yeah, good man.
Let's go to line 6. This guy, Julio from Florida. He had nightmares last night because of Andy Gore. Ooh. Julio.
Yo.
What's going on, buddy?
What's up, fellas? What's up?
You hear the delay? Anyone else hear that delay? Go ahead, Julio.
You guys, man, Nickel Park, no good. I had nightmares all night with this crap, man. It was terrible.
Okay.
All right, thanks, Julio. All right, he had nightmares.
Okay.
Well, thank God you're all right.
Yeah.
We can't really go to the phones today because the delay is... we didn't have that yesterday, I don't think.
Thank you.
Late, but there
Perfect.
it is.
Andy, you got anything else for us today, or that's about it?
I went ahead and bought a whole... I have so much crap at home, but I pretty much brought this to show you guys when you're off the air. But it's this is all that I bought a whole true crime collection. There's stuff in here, all the Gacy stuff and the Spec stuff, and like a whole bunch of original G.G. Allen letters and drawings from prison. And I'm going to be selling a bunch of this stuff in about a month on the website. But
whoa, I see like some kind of medical thing in there.
Oh, that's one I'm keeping. It's a Jack Kevorkian autograph on a medical chart.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
Isn't that great? Yeah.
How do you get that?
I deal with a lot of, weird collectors, and the guy had
Jack Kevorkian autograph.
Wow. I got Richard Ramirez letters and to various people, and one actually mentions me in the letter. So
really?
Yeah.
It's like talking about you to other people?
Yeah, he just said, yeah, I know Gore, and that was it.
That's
so,
creepy.
Yeah, and a bunch of G.G. Allen stuff that he
No feces on that, right?
I hope to God. Well, it's in plastic, so I can overwrite the OCD.
Very good.
Yeah.
I'd be a little frightened to grab anything that Gigi had his hands on.
Yeah. What else do I got here?
Like mugshot thing?
Manson autographs. Manson ended up getting a banking account outside of prison somehow.
Get out of here.
Yeah, and it was like this check? And it was like this huge scandal. Because the prison totally fucked up.
Oh, man.
It's got a blank check with Charles Manson's name on it.
Let me see.
It looks like Monopoly money, though, or something. A Monopoly check.
That's a real check, though. And what the address here is... The prison?
The prison, yeah.
CSP, California State... What?
Penitentiary?
Penitentiary or something? Yeah, look at that.
What year is it?
No year on it.
Not
That's
dated.
a pristine, unused Charles Manson check.
That's pretty wild. There you go.
Cool.
All right, Andy. Always a pleasure, man.
Okay, it was great to be here, guys.
Definitely. Yeah, well, we're just saying goodbye for the air, but hang out and do the rest of the show with us. We might bring you back on there.
Cool.
All right?
Are you sure this is not a goof?
No, I have a newspaper article about it at home to back it all up with.
All right, what's the plug? Sideshow...
SatanSideshow.com.
SatanSideshow.com if you want to check out what Andy Gore is all about, okay?
Cool.
When we come back, we're going to have our third newsman.
Yeah, he just had to go write copy. But he's ready. He's going to write a little copy. He's ready to go.
Which guy are we using?
We're using Scott, who's working on the baseball channel. He wants to try out.
What's his full name?
Major League Baseball. Scott Fleischer.
Why the...
What?
Yeah. You were kind of snoring during your breathing there.
Yeah. Maybe because of, what's her name, Dee Dee.
You're the only guy that has awake apnea. How does that happen? Ben just stand there and he's going,
awake apnea.
Steve's giggling a lot today because we really haven't picked on him. And he's really enjoying everyone else getting goofed on today.
No, it's funny. We didn't even tell the story about how Steve and I were walking around and we ended up at the gay police department the other day. The two of us.
The gay police department.
What's that about?
No, I don't think
gay police.
Well, we went. We were looking. We were trying to get directions, and we went, and it said, "What did it say? The gay and
lesbian activism unit or something like that."
But it was a police. It was a police office.
It was gay and lesbian liaison unit or something like that. But it was a branch of one of these municipal police departments, and we happened.
Do they handle gay issues, or are they gay police?
We rang the doorbell. They never answered.
They never answered. We couldn't interview them at the time, but it was a big
having
sign.
sex with each other. Of course, they're not answering the door.
Look at us, though. They probably thought, if they answered the door.
With the flaming shirt, yeah. Come on in.
Me and my big bear over there.
Oh.
Justin Volpe's picture, Employee of the Month.
All right, well, we'll take a very quick break, and we'll get our third newsman in here in just a bit. It's the Opie and Anthony program, broadcast live from Washington, D.C.
Live from Washington, D.C.
On this day, prescribed by law and marked by ceremony, we are led to one conclusion.
This place
just blows.
You're being harsh.
The Opie and Anthony Show. XM 202. The Opie and Anthony Show.
The hell is that? We're back with the One Virus on Channel 202, High Voltage.
High Voltage.
Andy Gore just, I don't know, he pulled out some kind of game.
It's a toy, a play set.
A play set.
Yeah, I also collect weird and strange toys that people think are normal that I think are just fucked up. And this one is the Harriet Tubman Underground Railroad playset.
Come on, that's got to be a fake.
No. It's a slavery playset. Look, it's like a McFarlane toy. Look on the back. We have the the black teacher showing the Aryan little white girl.
Yeah.
And you open it up, and it has little figures of the slaves running. That has a bloodhound. They have, and this is all for education.
There's a little plantation house.
Little barbecue chicken, little banjo.
A horse and buggy.
And if you take a look at their faces, they're horrified, like a mother clutching the young.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, and it even comes with...
That's so weird.
It even comes with wanted posters for runaway Negro men.
Wow.
And this was put out by a education organization.
What's the name of it? The Good Old Days Collection?
Yeah. And it was put by Child Light. And I saw this and I was like, I can't believe that. So, of course, the company's long out of business, but I found a guy that had a bunch of them. So I said, how many you got? I'll take them all. And it just goes along perfectly with the Jeffrey Dahmer playset that I make that I'm going to give to Martini Steve to give away to a lucky listener.
Wow. And that is a Jeffrey Dahmer doll?
Yeah, and you unzip him, and there's a Cleotis inside of him. And oh yeah, this is a signed piece, and this actually was on the John Walsh show. And they had their Murderabilia special.
Murderabilia.
And this was they said this was the most gauche, or most crass thing ever produced. And I probably handmade about 35 of them, and
the Adam Walsh bobblehead doll seems a little more crass than that.
Yeah, that's funny. Hat and torso not included.
You go to tip it to bobble it, oops, falls off.
That's pretty wild. All right, Steve will do something with that on FoundryMusic.com.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I also sent Steve some pictures last night when I was staying up all night of the Siamese twins. With the WOW sticker next to them.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a beautiful.
Because you never really wanted us to have any of that on our website in the past.
Well, now that I've moved, it's fine.
Oh, wow. Nice.
So
cool.
So the Siamese twins with the diapers that we were talking about yesterday, we're going to have a picture up on FoundryMusic.com?
Yeah.
Oh, you got to see this thing, man.
Disturbing.
I'd rather see their large genitals.
Steve will have that up on the website when he gets the picture and gets back to New York, I guess. Hey, why don't we try out our third news guy for today, Anthony?
Yeah.
This is going to be an ongoing thing on the program as we try to find someone to do the news.
Well, Elo, we had a meeting with him yesterday, and he thought it would be a good thing for us to have a news person on our show that can, go through the headlines in a serious fashion, and then we can comment on the news.
Who did we have today already? Ari? Who claimed to be something he's not. He's pretty much an intern. We
said he was a news sports guy.
I give him credit for trying. We learned he doesn't even have a desk here at XM.
No.
And then we had, of course, Dee Dee, who will be a star in our program in the future.
Dee Dee and her voice.
Her voice and her laugh snort. Can we get her back on the air before we get off? We have to get her on one more time. All right, good. And now we got Scott?
Yes, that's me.
What's your last name?
Fleischer.
Fleischer? And what do you do for XM?
I'm a producer for the new baseball channel.
Oh, right on.
Yeah,
which starts in 15 days, Anthony.
Major League Baseball.
Because Elo has that whole countdown thing on the outside of his office.
I was just looking at his Lindsay Lohan picture, so I really didn't see anything else around his office. He's got that signed Lindsay Lohan photo.
Looking really hot, by the way.
With her shirt all unbuttoned and her cleavage showing, and it was wonderful.
Right next to Lindsay is the baseball.
Oh, it is?
Oh, really?
Didn't even notice it.
I'm surprised he doesn't just have a list of how many days old Jackson will be when baseball starts.
Everything going back to Jackson with Elo.
Oh, of course.
Every single
Enough with
thing.
the baby. Be a man.
All right, so I guess we'll just hit the teletype and listen to Scott do the news for the Opie and Anthony program.
I'd like to know what he does. What do you do on air?
Yeah, I do some on-air stuff. Started in traffic and weather with Dee Dee.
Dee Dee's a star, bro.
Dee Dee's a star, no doubt. Dee Dee's a star.
Love her.
And then I do some college sports stuff with Ari. He really does do some sports stuff.
Yeah.
He looks dejected in there. You all right, bro? Yeah, he's just...
He's all right.
He's just hiding his head. Mm-hmm. He's coming back in here real fast. You all right, Ari? Hold on. Go ahead.
I'm very sensitive. I'm fine. Nah. I actually do sports stuff, and if it wasn't for him, I would have probably been on your list. For real. Been on your list, on Andy's list.
Oh, serial killer?
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm getting there, man.
You're all wound up?
Yeah, they run me like a house slave. I might be in that
playset.
I could be in a playset.
All right.
Ari.
I don't know what's going on, but...
Yeah.
Like we got potential killers here at XM also.
Ari the house slave. That's what he goes by.
Yeah.
The house Hebrew slave.
All right, Ari. Very good. Thank you. There's Ari. He tried out for the news earlier. So is that good enough?
Didn't quite cut it.
You want to hear Scott do the news now, or?
You sure?
All right. Here's Scott Fleischer. Scott Fleischer with the news.
All right. Let's listen.
All right, we start with Michael Jackson in some trouble today, of course, as always, as his trial is beginning. And in Santa Maria, California, we take you to the Michael Jackson trial. And Jackson began the trial yesterday, showed up smiling as fans were there. 100 fans there and onlookers.
All right, hold on. Jim's making faces. Jim.
It's just not that it's bad. It just doesn't sound.
And you were
very...
trying to hide. You looked at Ann and I, made faces.
I was keeping my head down.
He couldn't see the faces you were making.
Distract him.
And then you turned your mic like this to get your in. Hoping
I didn't want to distract him because he's doing. It was more like this. But he was doing it. I don't want to distract him because he's doing his newscast, and I don't want to be interrupted.
Well, what's the problem with the newscast?
It just didn't sound very official.
Kind of sounded very relaxed, like, hey, man.
But he's doing more of a personality type of newscast.
Really?
Like he's like just discussing it.
Right.
I thought that's what we were looking for.
Yeah, I kind of like this style, Jimmy.
All right, well, let's
sort of a Dennis Miller Weekend Update delivery.
Yeah, it was different. It was
instead
like
of a Walter Cronkite.
He was including us all in the newscast.
You're saying he was kind of like changing the tone to kind of fit the vibe of the show.
Exactly, and I was waiting for a Norton comment.
Right.
I was kind of trying to play.
You were a little.
I wouldn't interrupt you. That's rude.
You had you were kind of monotone.
I think it's kind of one of those. Hey guys, here's what's happening. By the way, Michael Jackson. But I don't know if that's what we're looking for, sir. Quite frankly, I think we're looking for an official news.
I don't know. We haven't even heard
him.
We haven't even heard him yet.
We heard enough for Jimmy to go.
No.
Ugh.
Well, yeah, but I tend to prejudge. I'm a bit of an ass.
And this show is called Norton and Friends, so I guess you're done.
No. Let's not be so harsh. My two sidekicks. Let me see if
can we give him a shot.
Young man another day in court. Yes,
all right,
of
let's give him a shot. Start over there. Scott Fleischer with the news on the Opie and Anthony program.
This is Scott Fleischer with the news on the Opie and Anthony program. Today,
well, wrong name for the program. It's Norton and Friends. Go ahead.
This is Scott Fleischer with the news on the Norton and Friends show. Today in the news, Michael Jackson appears in court as jury selection is underway in Santa Barbara, California. Fans appeared yesterday in the courthouse and welcomed Jackson to his trial. News from the Pentagon as President Bush is now going to raise the money given to victims' families from the Iraq War. He says he will increase the donations to $250,000 in government payments to families of U.S. troops killed in Iraq.
Also, I kind of like so far. I like the way that. Can I compliment the guy? I was a little harsh before. I like the way he's reading every word individually, as opposed to in a flow. I like 4 of the teens have pleaded guilty, which I like. Go ahead.
I like it. It's called a William Shatner delivery. I like it.
It's very, very deliberate. You could chop any word and paste it somewhere else.
Right.
Hillary Clinton also in the news today. Clinton fainted yesterday at a speech in Buffalo at Canisius College.
That's terrific.
Good.
That's terrific.
What happened?
Opie.
What? I didn't do that.
I'm listening.
The news ticker stopped.
Oh, what happened, though? He threw his hands up in the air like he was going to hit somebody. What happened?
I don't know.
Fast Freddy from Jamaica Station, just in big capital letters. Next. Wait. There's no satisfying these people.
What was wrong with Scott? What happened?
Oh, wait. Rev just, by the way, sent in instant feedback that he knows a guy named Scott.
Wow. Well, let's get that out there then.
Thank you, Rev. Scott, why the hands up in the air?
I don't know. I'm just confused. I'm confused.
Oh, you're right.
I'm trying different vibes here.
Right.
First the kind of conversational thing, then I try the straight-up newscast thing.
I kind of like the straight-up newscast
so
thing
do
you
I.
were doing.
Okay.
I enjoyed it.
Okay.
Pay no mind to
Norton's the only one that has a problem with
I didn't have a problem with it. I would have said it a problem. I kind of liked it.
You do.
No, you really don't tell people to their face that they have a problem.
I'm not saying I do, but I would have hinted.
I'm sure as soon as he leaves the studio, you'll have a lot to say.
Absolutely
so
not
why
true.
don't you say it to him now?
I absolutely will not. Go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt.
All right. The Hillary Clinton thing.
Hillary Clinton?
Yes.
Well, I was kind of done with it. All right. I'm Scott Fleischer with the news on the Norton and Friends program. Hillary Clinton fainted yesterday as she was giving a speech in Buffalo at Canisius College, but she's okay now. Snoop Dizzle in the news today. Snoop is being sued by a woman.
Snoop Dizzle?
Snoop Dizzle.
That's like Snoop Dogg, only using his
Dizzle thing?
Vernacular.
Yeah, his vernacular, which would be Snoop Dizzle. Right. Snoop Dizzle.
Snoop Dizzle accused of a sizzle.
All right, well, let's see how it goes.
Snoop Dizzle accused of a sizzle today as Snoop is being accused of raping a woman at the Jimmy Kimmel show.
Right.
There's the news. It's not that simple, though, is it?
No, there's a little more
to it. There's more to the story than that. Snoop is being sued by a woman who claims that she was drugged and raped backstage at the Jimmy Kimmel show.
Yes?
More news?
No, I think that'll do it.
That was good.
We haven't even gotten to sports yet.
No one has done sports yet today, Anthony.
That's true.
All right. And this is his expertise.
Maybe he could be a sports expert.
He's going to be working on the Major League Baseball channels, and I think we should hear some sports today. The Super Bowl is only a few days away, right? I'm sure you got a Super Bowl story?
Yeah.
All right.
In sports today, preparations for the Super Bowl are underway, and in Jacksonville, Terrell Owens went through his first practice yesterday with the Philadelphia Eagles. His first full practice since injuring his ankle 8 weeks ago. I'm Scott Fleischer with the news on the Norton and Friends show. I'm done, guys. You can stop the ticker now. I'm finished.
That was good. What did everybody think?
Let's go to Andy Gore. Andy?
My schnizzle, my nizzle.
Yeah.
You're a faithful listener of the program. What do you think? Does he have potential to do the news on the show?
Yeah.
You didn't ask Katie.
I thought he did just fine.
Just fine.
Fine.
Anthony?
Oh, me? All right.
Are you're going to make him just walk away?
My answer.
Scott, just take off the headphones and
that's the
take your newscast and
thank you for trying out. We'll be in touch.
But if you're playing this music, we're not going to be in touch.
Well, this is
we're
just
never in touch after we play this music, Anthony.
Just the sad Hulk walking away music. I just think it's appropriate that. There you go. Thank you very much.
This is very awkward, Anthony.
It's a little awkward. I got to.
Maybe he doesn't really understand the Hulk music. He might be taking it a little too personally.
There he goes. Oh, he's shaking his head.
Why is he choking Martini Steve now in the other room?
I don't think he was that bad. I kind of like the speak and spell diction delivery.
Wow, you're so brave when he's not in here.
Yeah. Why?
You're
He's
just
right
the
there. He's looking at me.
bravest guy.
Is the door open?
You want to lock it before you tell him what you think of him?
I thought he was fine.
Right.
All right.
Yeah, fine.
And in sports.
Well, our search continues for a news person for the program.
The news from where no man has gone before, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
We just got to keep looking.
Yeah?
Elo, he's got the idea. I think if we find the right person, it's going to work just perfectly. We just have to. We can't, we can't make conclusions too quickly here. We got to find somebody, and it'll be fine.
Elo and the tripod method. The tripod method of attacking a story.
Yeah, what was the tripod thing he was talking about yesterday?
Well, I think it's that, like, when he's telling you, you stand on a tripod and put a rope over a pipe and then hang yourself before the end of the story. It's the tripod meaning 3.
Yeah.
You would, the first part of the story would be what, Ben? What was the first part of the story? Hopefully you remember that was done for you.
Ben's going through his notes.
Ben has no memory.
I do have a memory. The beginning is the story, and then the second part of it is the expert, and then the third part of it would be the listeners.
Good. There you go.
And that makes the tripod.
Yes, it does.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, the tripod was really interesting.
You weren't there for the tripod
of what?
theory.
He's saying every story has 3 legs to it. As
Every
opposed
story.
to buckets, now there's legs.
Legs.
The first part is just the story.
Uh-huh.
And then I guess we comment on it and josh about it, and then the second part's the expert.
Then the story kind of gets boring because you're talking about it a little too much, and then to pump new interest into the story, you
Another
get the
leg
expert.
is the expert.
So then the expert. Oh, expert. So you as a listener, listen up. Ooh, expert. Expert about Michael Jackson.
I was just dozing, but
and then the expert gets long-winded and boring after a while, and then let's get some phone calls and your reaction to the Michael Jackson thing. And that piques a new interest.
And the fourth one is, Baby Jackson. Baby Jackson.
Well, that's actually a good idea, because if we take a story as far as it can go and begin to bore people, let's bring a professional in who I'm sure will be fascinating to listen to, and then allow the listeners to call in with such comments like Rev would say, I once heard a Michael Jackson song, and other poignant things like that. So
Right.
Very, very happy that we had that meeting yesterday.
This trip is working out so well.
That's right.
As far as getting us getting these meetings done and getting input for our show.
When he was saying tripod, I thought he was describing Ben without jeans.
Ben? The first leg is gravy.
Ben?
Yes.
Anything? What do we got left in this awful program?
Well, Dee Dee's coming back in a moment.
Okay, and Megan's running in with a note, very excited.
Oh, we have another guy. This guy I've heard is very good. Another news guy. His name's Chris Barnes. Everyone's saying that this guy could be the guy.
This could be the guy?
Yeah. Could be the guy.
Is he ready to go, or should we take a break and then try out a fourth news person?
Wow.
Maybe they could.
This guy's a pro.
Maybe they could give us. He could give us some stories that we haven't heard yet. It's the same news stories over and over again. All right. We'll continue just a bit.
Make no mistake about it. These are evildoers.
Yes.
Blah, 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 blah.
It's the Opie and Anthony Show, live from Washington, D.C.
They have no justification
That's hot.
for their actions.
The Opie and Anthony Show.
This is evil.
The Opie and Anthony Show. XM202.
We're almost done with the show, Anthony, from Washington, D.C. at the XM compound. Let's not forget, we're going to be live at Mardi Gras Monday and Tuesday, February 7th and February 8th from 3 to 6 p.m. Eastern Time at the Crazy Horse on Bourbon Street, right on the balcony. It's going to be a lot of fun, so if you're hitting Mardi Gras, make sure you check us out. Yes, Ben?
And Tom has invited all of us to his house for Super Bowl Sunday.
Great.
Yeah, Tom from New Orleans. We'll talk to him hopefully tomorrow on the program. He wants us to drink moonshine or something.
Cooking crawfish. You got to cook crawfish. He's got to know who's coming.
Yeah, crawfish, and we're gonna have some moonshine there for you.
He wants Norton to come. He wants to make sure Norton comes.
Norton, drink some moonshine.
Yeah, we have no place to watch the Super Bowl, so he's inviting us to his crib where he'll be drinking moonshine and cooking up some crawfish.
I've actually heard that Tom's place is pretty nice.
Are you doing that on purpose to drive me nuts?
I'm not. I can't.
I just creaked it.
That's Jim.
That was it.
Okay. See, we had that problem fixed in New York.
Yeah, we greased our poles.
I move this a lot. That's what I do. I got to keep adjusting it, and the thing keeps flopping around.
Mm-hmm. All right. I forgot what we were going to say. Blah, blah, blah.
Next
New Orleans.
New Orleans.
Super Bowl.
Super Bowl, yeah. No, we were talking about where to watch this. Tom claims that everywhere's sold out, too. To watch
there ain't nowhere to watch it in New Orleans.
Yeah.
You're going to have to come over to Tom's house.
How about the hotel room?
Yeah. I'd rather stay in my hotel room and watch it. We'll get like one room. Everyone will come over. Maybe Opie's room. We can make it feel like his house. We'll throw out all the furniture, have no food, and have rats running around. And we'll just watch the game there.
It's not that bad. Watch vermin crawl over our chips and pretzels that we had to bring.
It's not that bad.
Light a Java log because there's no fireplace. Just put it on the floor so the smoke fills. Call the fire department. Sure, like the old days. Oh, little wine.
All right, let's get the next news guy in. Oh, and then we have to do meetings after this? Oh.
This is really going to be bad.
We got to talk
day.
to the CEO of the company, and then we also have to talk to Gary Hahn in marketing.
This better happen quickly after the show. Quickly.
Good point, Ant.
I have to still go back to the hotel, check out, and then we got to get to the train.
We saw Gary Hahn and his staff, Norton and I. Elo was taking us around yesterday. And there was a lot of uncomfortable nodding going on.
Oh, that I acknowledge your existence now?
Barely. I think they're taking everything we've said about them personally at this point.
They didn't recognize us. We're like, hey, and they're like, who are you guys? Opie and Anthony? They're like, oh.
And Jim had something to say about them, too, behind their back. You're the worst, dude.
Of course I am.
Hey, man, you see that ghoulish-looking one?
I didn't say he was ghoulish.
Awful.
I said goulash. I'd like to eat some goulash.
Yeah, sure you did.
It's kind of popped out from behind there's like a little area they're all kind of just sitting talking, and then the real tang guy just kind of steps out. It's kind of creepy. Hello. Welcome.
Anthony?
Welcome.
In the studio, another potential news person.
Yes. Now, you look like a professional news guy.
Yeah, I have been.
You have been?
Have been, yep.
What do you do now for XM?
Traffic.
Traffic?
Yeah.
A lot of people working in the traffic department.
Yeah, do Boston, Dallas, and Seattle.
Oh, Boston.
Good old Boston.
Good old Boston, huh?
Just give up. Leave your car and shoot yourself in the head.
And where did you do the news?
I've done it here at an earlier time. Station that came and went, USA Today channel a while back. 15 years on Cape Cod.
Wow.
Market 189.
What station on Cape Cod?
WPXC was the call letters.
Yeah.
It was a rocker. Of course, the nickname wouldn't give you that idea because it was called Pixie 103. Have you ever heard of it, Pixie?
Pixie, yeah, I think
I sent a demo tape to that station back in the day. Yeah.
Market 189?
Yeah, on a good day.
Was there
On
a
good day.
program director named Dennis Sandwich or something?
Dennis Harwich.
Harwich.
Took his name off an exit sign on Cape Cod. Dennis W. Harwich. As a matter of fact, you had to say W.
Yeah, I had to write out the demo tape to the PD, who was this guy Dennis, and then I'm going actually for an interview, and I see the exit sign. I'm like, that son of a bitch. That's where he got his name.
Took it from the
Because it shows
exit
the two towns, Dennis and Harwich.
And
or
West
whatever.
Harwich, yeah.
Dennis
Well, that's
W.
funny.
Harwich.
I would have been there then, because I was there from like 87 till last Tuesday.
All right, so it's Chris Barnes, Anthony, trying out to be the news person on our program.
All right.
Let's go right to the
Did
teletype.
you say trying out to be or trying not to be? All right, we'll put the news hand on here.
All right.
All right, leading the news out of Baghdad, Iraq today. Iraq's president said today it would be complete nonsense to ask foreign troops to leave the country now, although some could leave by year's end. Officials began the final vote tally from elections to produce a government to confront the insurgency. And meanwhile, Iraq reopened its borders yesterday. Commercial flights are taking off again from
Chris,
Baghdad International Airport.
I want to apologize. Why the
I don't know. Why'd you?
No, you ughed.
No, I think it's actually very good.
Jimmy had another comment. I thought you were doing a good job. I was actually interested in the Baghdad airport reopening to commercial traffic story, and Jimmy completely took me out of it.
That's not true. I think he's very official, actually.
Jimmy,
I like it.
This is the first guy that actually has a news voice.
I know. That's why I like him.
So what's the problem with him?
I have no problem with him.
On the replay, everyone will hear you say, ugh. You can't get away with it.
Please. God, read it. It's actually
and the
very
awful look he gave him while he was looking down at his
good. Are they going to hear
copy.
that in the replay? I'm actually not giving him an awful look. I'll look this way, and I'm listening.
All right.
We'll pick up with a little lighter story, maybe, out of Los Angeles.
Wait, now he sounds disgusted. Did we hurt your feelings? Or
No,
did Jimmy?
no, not at all.
No, I didn't do anything.
No.
I did nothing. Why would I hurt his
Got
feelings?
thicker skin than that.
Yeah.
All right.
Don't test me, though. Cable TV powerhouse HBO has agreed to sell rerun rights for its hit mob drama The Sopranos to the A&E cable network. It's a deal that industry sources put at a record $2.5 million an episode. It's more than you guys get. The acquisition, which A&E said on Monday had been agreed to in principle, marks the biggest per episode sum ever paid for off-network distribution of an existing TV series. Deal covers 65 episodes from the show's final 5 seasons and 10 to 13 additional hours from a 6th season that recently went into production. You know, this is also this is what we call rip and read.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, reading AP copy is like.
Yeah.
But.
This guy's actually very good. He's read the news before. I want to hear more.
Should I keep going? The sound effects are gone. Do I want to talk to
No, you got to have the news
have
thing.
the sound effects.
Why? So it can hide all the remarks you're making under
groaning
your
and
breath?
moaning that Jimmy is making under his breath.
Dude, that's the way news is done.
All right.
All right, a bar in Manitoba that once considered to be among the toughest in Western Canada for fights will soon be serving coffee and juice.
Will it?
Instead of beer and booze.
I got you that time. I
heard it.
What?
Will it?
Very sarcastically.
Is that your comment? Will it?
I so got you.
Guys reading the news, not Penthouse Forum. What do you
I
expect?
didn't say that he wrote it. What I was saying was that, will it? Because all of a sudden now it's not serving what it was used to be serving. It's serving something different.
But that's not how you comment on the news.
It is.
No, it's not.
What's wrong with that? I liked so far what he's doing very much. I liked the story about the Sopranos. I liked it very much.
What's wrong with how he says Sopranos?
Nothing.
Chris, I'd punch him.
Well, I like Chris. He's terrific.
The new owner of the New Occidental Hotel says he plans to work with an Aboriginal group to offer entertainment and employment services in the building that his bar, however, will be alcohol-free. He says, quote, there'll still be bars in the area for those who want to drink. And another story out of Washington. Under pressure from lawmakers for better treatment for U.S. forces serving in Iraq and Afghanistan, the Pentagon says it's going to increase survivor benefits for families of service members killed in the war, according to a Pentagon official on Monday. The proposed increase would effectively double to $500,000. the amount that survivors receive in government payments and life insurance benefits, according to the Washington Post. And that's really the news.
All right. I like it.
You've liked everyone, Anthony. Can't you have an opinion?
I thought he was very professional.
Yep.
Very concise.
So he'll start tomorrow?
Wasn't confusing at all.
So he'll start tomorrow?
We'll get back to him.
We'll get back to him.
I'm right down the hall. Traffic booth 1.
Traffic booth 1.
If you're looking for me.
Boston traffic.
In Seattle?
Yeah. And Dallas-Fort Worth.
In Dallas.
Wow. They're all over the place. Yeah. How's traffic in Boston today?
Traffic in Boston is okay now.
Yeah.
Dallas, it's coming apart at the seams.
Really?
Yeah.
What seems to be the problem?
People driving around Dallas-Fort Worth, and it's not a good thing.
Concise. They're really bad drivers down in Dallas.
Well, when it rains, I'll
panic.
I'll be looking at the screen there, and 1 minute it's fine, next minute the rain starts, and you know it because about 3 dozen accidents.
Dude, I'm in a car one time with a guy, and it's raining, and like the guy in front of us is riding the brake lights, and he's going, "Look at him riding the brake lights." I'm like, "Would you look at him?"
Okay.
All right.
Comment?
I don't know. I feel like I kind of joined that in progress.
No, but he knows what I'm saying, though. It's the way it is. It causes traffic, man. It's like, you know.
Yeah, that's what he meant.
All right,
Gotcha.
let's hear it for Chris Barnes. Very good job.
Thanks,
Chris,
guys.
very good job.
Nice
Very professional. I like that.
Yeah.
Sounded good. Very good.
Thank
you for coming in.
All right. You're the first guy that got that, by
A
the way.
little more traffic.
Chris Barnes was the first one to get it. He was the first one to get it. No, don't do that. That's just his gag. Jesus.
Wow, you nail everyone with that dumb gag.
Hey, Jim, by the way, I would not go by Chris's department after the show.
Why?
I do not think Chris liked Jim.
Why?
I don't know.
Yeah.
And then you just get him like that?
Yeah. Megan's like, you were really, really good.
Yeah.
Look at her kissing ass. What's this in front of us? I don't know what this means. Oh, maybe it's... All right.
Oh, that was Chris's name.
I think he did a great job.
He was good. He was very official.
Yeah.
I liked him.
He does Boston traffic. How can you not like him?
Oh, Boston.
Okay, are we ready for Dee Dee?
Dee Dee's coming back.
What happened to all our guests?
They gave up on us.
We had Jenna, the Sports Illustrated cast off.
A lot of people, I don't know, a lot of people...
We had the gang from Jib Jab.
He had a gym teacherly look to him, didn't he?
He really did have the gym teacher.
Yeah, very, very sweatsy. Like he was like a bulldog on the upper half. He had a big upper torso.
Yeah.
Thick fingers.
And he was wearing the XM identification thing, and it looked like a whistle.
Yep.
So it definitely looked like he was a gym teacher, and he was going to beat up Jimmy.
I don't know why. I was rooting for him to do well. I thought
you
he was...
were being a bastard.
I was not. He was very...
groaning. Oh, shut up. Enough. I heard you. Enough already. Fine, shut up.
No Bob Edwards?
No, he's very busy.
We'll get next time we're down here next month.
What about the Wonquette?
I don't know what happened to her.
Who is she?
She's like a political writer here in Washington.
Why did everyone blow us off today?
Nobody likes us.
No.
I don't know why, though. Is Bob lighting one cigarette off another? Can't he come in for 30 seconds?
Should we go outside and do the interview while he smokes? I mean...
I don't know.
We're
supposed to do this once a month. How long is that going to last? I hope just
once
this time.
We'll come back again. I got to see Andrew Gore's place.
I like to come back and stuff, but I mean, once a month.
Once a week, maybe.
Well, no,
once a week.
Eventually, we'll just do our show, from another studio, and it'll be like we're in New York. And then every once in a while, we'll throw some XM personalities on the air. I look kind of like the '60s guy.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, that guy was out of his mind.
He was wild. I don't know. I just because now you know what mode I'm in right now. I want to go home. I want to go home. I'm just in that. I know where the train is. I know where my vehicle is once I get there. I know, and I just now want to flee.
What time's our train, sweetie? 2?
2 o'clock, Jimmy.
2 o'clock.
2 o'clock.
Yeah.
Although if you missed that one, you can take a later one, I heard.
Yeah, but between now and 2, it's all about the meeting.
What time's the later train?
Whenever. I don't know, every hour, I guess.
But I don't... I'm nervous.
I'm out right at 2.
But Opie.
At 2? at 2 the train pulls out.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I'm out right at 2.
I want to be,
I'll be on the train, and it'll be leaving.
I still have to go to the hotel and check out. I can't stay at the meetings very long today.
I did that this morning, and it was a huge hassle at 4:45 in the morning for some reason. Because they have the overnight staff on.
Yeah. I asked for a zero balance because I know they're going to wind up charging my credit card. And they're like, well, we'll just print out blank paper. Will it?
Yeah, they're going to charge us for
And you were saying about the do not disturb sign thing? Because that has happened to me at a hotel, too. I don't get that.
The stupid maids will call when you have the thing on. And I'm like, I said to them, when she calls me in the afternoon, I was awake. But I'm like, do you see the do not disturb sign on my door? And she's like, yes, but I just thought that you might. I'm like, do you see the sign? And she's like, yes, but sometimes people just forget. And I'm like, I didn't forget.
Oh, my God, do not disturb means do not disturb.
I've been in hotel rooms where
I may have forgotten.
You just want to sleep all day and just not be bothered at all. Right. And they will get all panicky and worried, and they'll do that.
Yeah.
Oh, brother.
You were the star of the show, so we had to bring you back, DV.
Okay, I'll try this again.
Oh, you want her to just do more news?
I don't want to do the news. I'm sick of looking at print.
Yeah.
All morning long.
So what do you want to do?
I guess I have to do the news, right? Did Chris Barnes just do it?
What would you do on XM Kids? What would be some of the lines you would do there?
Well, if it was a Raffi song, I'd talk about Raffi and...
All right, talk about Raffi for a second.
Well, wasn't he fun to listen to, kids?
Oh, my God.
I snort on there, too.
You snort on there as well?
Yeah.
She has this weird laughing snort thing that happens.
And I just talk about the music, and I do art projects. Like, for New Year's Eve, I did an art project where I made a drum out of an oatmeal container, you know, those drums.
And what do you talk kids through it or something?
Uh-huh.
And you say,
it's like preschool time with Dee. With Cricket.
Cricket,
right. You're Cricket on the kids channel.
You're Cricket. Too many people.
So you're an expert on kids, right?
Yeah, I actually have a preschool teaching degree.
All right, so SquarePants. Wait, Bob Square.
SpongeBob.
SpongeBob SquarePants. Is there a gay thing going on there? Like they're trying to say?
You know, they said that about whatchamacallit, the Teletubbies.
Teletubbies were gay?
Well, no, they said that too. You know how they had that whole thing about the Teletubbies and then Barney. So they're just gonna pick at any.
But do you think that SpongeBob is gay, or is it just they're attacking SpongeBob because he's more of a?
SpongeBob. You're funny. No, I don't think he's gay. He's too nice to be gay.
Yeah.
No, he could be gay because he's happy.
Wait.
There you go. He's happy, he's gay.
You're saying fags aren't nice, pretty much.
No,
that's a good point.
Is that what Cricket is saying?
I didn't say that. You put words into my mouth.
Why do you hate the fags?
I don't hate fags. I'm a faghead.
What does Cricket think?
I lived with a gay guy.
You're a fag hag?
Yeah.
You're a beard?
She just said he's too nice to be gay.
No, I meant like he's too happy.
That's our other character, Gerbil. It's the fag hag.
Is that what you say when you're in traffic? Yeah, traffic is tied up on the 95 because two fags are blowing each other.
Oh, you're mean. I didn't say that. It came out the wrong way.
It did.
We don't mind the fags.
We like gay people.
Is your name Cricket, or are you a cricket on the show?
I'm Cricket.
You're just Cricket. You're
I'm
not
Cricket.
Like your character isn't a cricket.
No, I play one on the radio. That's what it says on one of the sweepers.
Right.
It's Cricket. She plays one on the radio.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
And you're a fag hag.
Well, they have good style, you know. They know how to dress.
So you like to hang out with gay guys?
Yeah, or metrosexual guys.
Yeah. Wow, we got to bring her to New York to see what she thinks of Noah. We're trying to figure out our intern. We're not really sure what's going on there. We don't really care.
I have
We're
good
just
radar.
Oh, you got the gaydar.
The gaydar?
Gaydar, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, bring in Steve. Bring in Steve.
Bring in Steve.
All right, Steve, get on mic.
Get on mic, Steve.
Cricket wants to talk to you. This is Martini Steve. He likes to wear the flame wear, and he likes
I like that actually.
He likes to dye his hair like Eminem.
Yeah.
And what else? Gay guys like to say that he has a kind face.
And he's a big bear.
A big bear with a cozy, sweet face.
Right.
Well, one gay guy said it.
They all agreed with it.
Yeah.
Now, what is your gaydar telling you when you look at Steve? What do you think?
Uh-oh.
Yeah, that's utter
boy. Just could get uncomfortable.
Well, no, because he's got the Eminem thing, so that's not gay. That's kind of macho, right?
Yeah.
It
is. In his case, Eminem stands for mule and more mule.
The shirt, though, I mean, it's flaming red.
Yes, it's flaming. Yeah, there's a lot of flaming going on there, right?
It's flaming.
I don't know, no. No, wait, does he have a ring? Oh, wait, lots of rings. I was going to say he's got a wedding ring now.
Ah.
I don't know. Nah, metrosexual.
No. You think metrosexual?
He's gay?
Well,
You said no, like meaning he's gay.
No, I said no, he's not a metrosexual.
Oh.
Yeah.
He's got his hands hanging out of his pockets by his thumbs. No metrosexual does that.
I'll try to be as ambiguous as possible.
Steve is...
No, he's not gay.
No.
He's not gay? Did you see the flame?
No, anal there, no.
Did you see the flame boots?
Flame boots.
All right, Cricket.
Flame boots?
Oh, my God, you mad. Well, I take that back, maybe.
Yeah, now it's a little more gay.
Steve wants you to call him gay.
Yeah, please do.
No, are you happy? You're gay. Everybody's gay. If they're
Right.
happy.
It just means happy. Yeah.
Well, according to her, gay people are not nice at all.
I didn't say that. You're
She
putting
hates-
words into my mouth.
She really hates the fags.
I love the fags. I lived with Brian in L.A. He was a fag.
Who around here is a fag?
Nobody.
I almost had her.
You had roommates that were fags?
Brian in L.A. was
Gays,
gay.
Gay people.
Well, he was bi.
Yeah.
No, you know, you either are or you're not.
Right.
He was gay.
Is this what Cricket teaches on
No!
on
Cricket
XM
teaches
Kids?
about arts and crafts and how to be friends and nice to each other and lovey-dovey stuff.
How to be friends, things like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you talk about Heather's Heather's roommate or Heather's mommy?
Heather has
No.
two mommies.
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
thing? Do you ever get into that?
No.
No, you just talk about fun songs
No.
and.
Yeah, we play Melissa Etheridge, though.
You do.
And the Indigo Girls.
Wow.
That's some
And what do you
gay
say,
broads.
like?
Those are some dykes.
No?
Hey,
Hey,
I
kids,
don't
these
say
are
they're
dykes.
No, I just say, hey, wasn't that a cool song by Melissa?
That's
And
how
the
you
kids
do it?
go, yeah. Do you take calls from little kids?
No.
No?
Why not?
Well, because I'm on during the day. And at night, when I'll be on in the future, then I'll take calls.
Then you'll take calls from little
So
kids?
basically you do a kids radio show when the kids are at school.
Well, they're in their car on their way to school
In their car driving?
with their moms and dads.
Right. And the moms and dads are listening to
Cricket.
Cricket.
12 to 4 Eastern Standard Time. Channel 160.
Have you ever played George Michael and referred to him as that Peter Pumper?
That Peter Pumper, no. No.
Oh, the voice is killer, man.
That's a great voice.
It's great.
Wait,
And,
who's doing that?
well, like, what do you have, like 5? No, see, I was just talking and the snort happened. What do you have, like 5 songs to choose from on
No,
the...
there's actually a lot. You should check it out today.
I
at noon.
really should.
Yes, there's a lot of songs. Like Paul McCartney has one about
Handicapped people?
No. Paul
One-legged.
McCartney has a new CD out for kids, and oh my God, They Might Be Giants. Awesome CD for kids. I mean,
Really?
Yes, I was shocked. Yes,
It's all nice.
How do you know when a CD's awesome for kids?
because it's cool music. I'm really into it.
Is it made for
grows on you.
kids, or
yeah,
is-
it's for like the show that I do is more like preschool age.
Yeah.
And then after that, Mindy comes on and she does more the older kids. And
the tweens.
yeah, the pre-tween. Yeah, how cute. And
She thinks you're cute, Anthony.
Now I'll tell her I know that because I date them.
no, seriously though, it's a fun.
Oh, he's being
channel.
serious.
And Kenny does the Kenny's show is funny. He's on right now.
Oh, there's some music.
That's a little music we play. Do you like the Wiggles?
I love the Wiggles, but they're fun.
Yeah, but they what?
Nothing. They're very happy.
But they're all. She said, but they're all. She just made like the hand to the mouth thing and went.
I did not. Don't. I love the Wiggles. They're from Australia.
Right. Okay. I've seen the Wiggles.
They are from Australia, but I mean.
Australia.
Yeah, but that.
I love accents.
Where are the Wiggles from?
Australia.
Okay.
Australia.
All right.
You are a pip. Very good.
All right.
When can we hear you now? You can be on
12 to 4.
12 to 4.
Channel 116. Cricket on
116.
shortwave.
Cricket. I'm gonna have to listen and
It's
hear
too bad you don't
talk a
take
little bit.
listener calls.
How come? See, the Wiggles are popular with kids, but I mean, being from England, I think that's the problem. Is it right?
They're not from England.
Where are they from? Where?
Sydney.
Sydney.
Something.
Sydney.
No, because you want me to say it, so I won't say it.
Say what?
Yeah.
What do you want to say?
Down under.
Down under.
Yeah.
They're from down under.
Oh. He's snorting again. All right, this train wreck of a program is just about over. Dee Dee, thank you so much.
You're welcome. When I come to New York, I'll have to come and say hi.
You absolutely will. We'll have you on the phone, though, because you're a new character for the program.
Okay.
When Cricket. She'll be our kid issue expert.
Oh, yeah, because we need experts.
We need experts for many, many subjects for the show.
Oh, there's this one song. Oh, my God. Funky as a Diaper. That you have to check out. That song cracks me up every time I play it.
Can we get it on the show tomorrow?
It goes,
absolutely.
and Poop Goes the Weasel we play. It starts off, goes the weasel, like he's farting. It was hilarious. These songs are funny. So they have...
All right, what channel are you on?
116.
That's it. I'm out of here.